Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while. And we've got some new faces. At least one new face. And an old face with potentially a new character. As Jin will go the way of the...
Punk. Calling me the old face. Rude.
All you need is some special moisturizers that can, stickle it just like that. You'll get the special moisturizer.
Coconut oil, baby.
Same consistency.
So yeah, we're here for season 2 of Debtors Gambit. And
rub it on your lips.
Before we recap season 1, and we had a really fun summer because Vince got to run a very bizarre 1980s themed D&D Miami Vice campaign, which is actually quite popular on our podcast. A lot of people are listening to that and really enjoying it. So that's pretty freaking awesome. A lot of adult themes. And if you watch the YouTube,
it was very child friendly. I don't know
if you watch the YouTube videos on our library, a lot of cringy female responses to a lot of cringy Vince takes on D&D sexual orgies.
I'm shocked.
The final.
By the way, this is an MA channel, folks. This is an MA channel. Technically, it's 7:41 here on the West Coast. It's 10 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock on the East Coast. So we're all about that TVMA to be sure. I can guarantee you it's not going to be quite as Skinamax as Vince was. We'll be a little bit more docile in that area of the woods, mostly because, we are affiliated with 2 partners. We currently have an affiliation with D&D Club, who I professionally storytell for 8 of my current pay-to-play tables. I also have a partnership with Lawfully Chaotic and RPG&Co, who does a lot of our design work now. So the background and the banner and all of that was done by Brian Weiss, who plays our dwarf, who is currently on hiatus. He will be back in 2 weeks when we regather again in 2 weeks, because me and Callista will be away on fair business next week. We leave tomorrow night and won't be back until the evening of Sunday the following weekend. So we'll be gone for at least 5-6 days. Yes, I get to run the Mercy Mercantile that I opened and see how well we could sell wares while Callista runs the Hands of Mercy booth. So it'll be interesting.
It's always fun doing massage out of a tent for a week.
Yeah.
Just bring a bunch of eggs.
And throw them at people?
Eggs.
No, sell them for $2 a pop.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our chickens are not
$2 for a single egg.
Our chickens aren't producing right now.
Yeah, they don't produce till spring, unfortunately.
I just eat a bunch of eggs. I went through 18 in the past 4 days.
Oof.
That's a lot.
Well, you eat a lot of eggs when you camp for some reason.
They're very good. Well, I make smoothies, so I put 3 eggs in a smoothie, and then I made breakfast for other people today.
Mm-hmm. Raw?
It's good protein, baby.
He scrambles
good
omegas.
Good omegas.
I don't
raw for the smoothies, but cooked for just eating. I had 3 fried eggs today, but
I don't think I want to know what it smells like in Chez's bus right now.
Actually,
he probably has
David probably just got groomed, so it smells really adorable.
No, he's got a scented candle going, probably.
It's mango and tangerine.
Oh, that's so bougie. If it doesn't smell like ass, you're not living the lifestyle.
I was wondering why the flames were a little high on those candles, though. There's a high methane.
Every now and then, a little blue flame puffs. So, let's go back a ways. Let's go back.
Callista's just is going back home at this point. Apparently.
She's like, I'm done.
I'm done with you guys.
These guys are gross.
Okay, found my dog.
So with that, this surviving team, goes way back. Originally, Omni, Gatharn, Medi, Jin, And who was the fifth person? Does anyone remember?
Yeah, it was
Cookie.
our cook.
Cookie.
I don't remember
What's
her
a
name.
cookie though?
I don't remember her name.
The fuck was her
either.
I
name?
just could call her Cookie.
Didn't you know that?
I don't remember. It's not my
Well,
notes.
you know what? We can
Maddie,
remember.
I think, was her name, right? Her personal
Yeah,
name was
It
Maddie.
is now.
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean that. I think that
There was Maddie and Matt. So Maddie was.
No, Maddie was her actual name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And she
was her
had
real
the
name.
goblin cook cookie.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the goblin cook that eventually
Bard.
was
Goblin
seen
cook
being
bard.
chased by a T-Rex on a volcanic island that was
An
exploding
undead.
Wow.
underneath
And
the
you
water.
left her there?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
What a teammate.
You know what? If we should hit her up sometime and do a one shot where she just comes in and like just plays, and we're like, "Cookie, where have you been? What
She's
happened?"
evil. She's come back for revenge.
Right.
Oh, she's now an undead like necromancer.
Ruzzle,
and the
Ruzzle,
T-Rex is-
Right.
Ruzzle,
Ruzzle
Grundle
T-Rex.
Tree,
Yeah. Ruzel.
Ruzzle.
So the team came
Cookie.
together as
a big
survivors
man.
of a great hurricane. The same storm that took the brother of Tharivol, convincing him that Gregore of the Clovis Concord could not be trusted. Here the team was rescued by Captain Raylene, who was on a mission to recover an item from the tomb of Copper Joe. Here they discovered a flag and other treasures before the tomb itself was consumed by a volcanic eruption that had been dormant for over a century. Recovered from the island, Captain Raylene set sail for the Revels and the gathering of captains. Here, the guild master Tharivol hands out the best contracts. In fact, he uses the Revels to launch his plan. However, the Clovis Concord had finally found the Revels, and their great fleet began to descend upon it. Before the team fled, they recovered some of the artifacts, equipment, and personal possessions. A grim discovery of simulacrum studies, and a copy of Tharivol was found. With the Revels now under attack, the great horn was sounded, and the ancient dragon turtle awoke, plummeting to the depths of the sea, taking the Revels with it. The team then fled the Revels and began to try to understand what was Tharivol's intent. In the open sea, they encountered a vessel that seemed to suffer an unknown attack related to a powerful magic or the summoning of demons. During this part of the voyage, the team began to understand the value of the artifacts of Copper Joe. The flag and compass, when used together, can reveal great swaths of the shipping lanes of the Lucidian Sea, giving the bearer of these items all the advantage of attack. Once in Nicodranus, the team had some downtime to say goodbye to an old friend seeking her own way in the world, while welcoming new crew to the ship. While in Nicodranus, supplies, maps, and other equipment were purchased as the team tried to decide on where to go next. As a nefarious group was called on to recover the missing items while the team was in port, they not only defended the ship, but decided to set sail just as the Revels' massive pirate fleet began an offshore attack on the massive city of Nicodranus. Here, two major events concluded. Jin had come to terms with his past, released his pact, and his warlock self no longer anchored to the world as his curse was finally lifted and a past of love forgiven. The sudden arrival of one of Gatharn's parentages, begging for him to return, as there were important pressing family obligations that required his presence. The timing worked out perfectly. As the ship was being pursued, a gate opened to the Fey, and arriving in the ancestral home of Gatharn under the massive pearl tree, home at last. Over the course of the next 30 days, Gatharn and his father's mother would be the one that's there, while his mother's father seems to have gone under the influence of a nefarious individual that goes by the name of Strahd. During this 30 days, we say goodbye to Jin and the original crew of the ship as they were allowed to return to Exandria. But over this course of 30 days, while recuperating, trying to figure out how best and what to do next to help Gatharn recover his missing parentage, interesting folk began to reappear. Interested folk began to show up at the ancestral home of Gatharn in an effort to aid him, understanding that with his missing father's mother, and with the possible return of Strahd to not only the Shadowfell, but making incursions into the Fey, not only is the Concordia court at odds with what's going on, but rumors of a great ancient ancestral gateway seem to be threatened as well. Well, the dwarf, Grimholt, takes some time to scout the nearby Fey forests and access points into the cloven crystal mountain ways. The rest of the team begins to get to know newcomers. While Defiant and Grimholt had traveled with Omni and Gatharn, and with Jin's return, 2 new individuals who have heard of Gatharn's need arise at the ancestral home of the Pearl Tree. And once here, they begin to introduce themselves. And we're also going to remind everybody else's character as well. But we're going to start tonight with Ergo. Ergo, describe your character, if you would, please.
I am a 6'5" seagull-looking Aarakocra.
Mine.
Not wearing much armor. I got real big wings. I have a bow and a trident, and I'm just happy to be here. You guys are kind of wild.
Vash.
So wait, is he like a surfer seagull, Aarakocra?
I mean, I travel.
Because that kind of sounded like surfer.
There's not really beaches in the elemental land of
Oh, there's
air.
beaches everywhere.
Not in the elemental land of air. Sadly,
Beaches.
we don't really have
He
water.
air surfs.
So
You air
but-
surf,
No,
yeah.
the Avatar.
I got out of
Like
there
the
and
Avatar.
I saw a beach and was like, "This
Whoa.
is awesome!" Like,
Then would you get a trident?
From the
you,
beach.
You would be surprised what people leave down at the bottom of the water, man. People just leave stuff. There's whole boats down there that no one uses anymore. Like,
Scuba diving seagull.
Vash,
I mean, Aarakocra.
go ahead and introduce your character as well.
Bash is a tall, humanoid-looking being. He's about he's a lanky, like 6'11", 7 foot tall. Not really muscular. He's just lanky. He has a pet pseudo dragon that he talks to. He tries to keep to himself.
Defiant, remind us who Defiant Jewel is.
Defiant Jewel is a tabaxi. I kind of look like a snow leopard. I love snow leopards. And she has a kitty. It's a lynx. So I'm a cat with a cat pet, but it's a lynx.
I thought you were gonna have a pet mouse called Tobias.
Oh my gosh, I should do that on the next campaign. The Tuesday campaign. I need a pet mouse named Tobias. Okay, sorry. Ivar, don't listen to that.
He would be so mad.
Oh my! He'd be trying to kill Tobias all the time. It'd be hilarious. Okay, I am. I'm in. Hold on. What am I wearing? I'm in half plate.
Nothing.
Shh.
The nude cat.
Cat.
Defiant
I'm
Jewel's Donald
about-
ducking it right now.
I'm about 6 feet tall, and
Defiant Jewel is actually her butthole.
Oh.
no, it's the belly button.
It's the butt plug.
It's the belly button. Anyways, so she's wearing a belly stone, and that's it. No, she's wearing.
That's canon. That's canon.
You're just feeding the fire,
cut it,
Gabe.
cut it, cut it, wrap it,
Hey, clip it. Somebody clip it.
Flip it.
turn it.
So I'm wearing half plate armor, and yeah, I'm about 6 foot, fluffy.
On a good
fluffy
day.
kitty. When I'm wearing shoes. Yeah. Do you guys need
Omni,
to know more?
As you stare at Vash and Ergo and Defiant, knowing that Grimholt is out there somewhere scouring and scouting out a possible way into the Crystal Clovis mountain range. Remind everybody who Omni is.
So Omni is we got a bunch of tall folk in this group, except for Gatharn. Omni's kind of in the and Grimhold. Omni's kind of in a mid-range. Their appearance can change at will as they are a changeling, and so sometimes when need be, they can appear to be 6'2"-ish. Other times, in different company, in smaller folk company, they'll bring themselves down to 5'8", 5'9", to maybe have better communication, maybe not appear so intimidating to some that might feel that way. They have medium length white hair. It's shaved on one side and normally cascades over to the right. Their average appearance when they don't ever really show themselves in changeling form. So what their crew normally sees, it would be a half elf, and only the crew and very few trusted know of Omni's capabilities. Anytime they need to shift for missions and things like that, they always do so in private, so as not to let that card be shown. They wear, I believe they're in leather armor inventory.
No way, you picked leather. You had to go with studded leather.
I don't even know if I have any studded leather armor. Nothing is equipped.
He's naked.
Apparently,
Also
he's not wearing armor.
Naked and just wearing a belly stone.
Not wearing armor. I
Afraid.
forgot the whole thing. I forgot the whole thing that we talked about in regards to
Omni actually is always
can
naked.
shift and change with them as well.
Yeah,
So
Omni
if
is
they change
always
their
naked.
appearance,
I don't need to wear
So
clothes.
he's just in my mind. Canon, he's in seashell bikini cups like the little mermaid.
And they're purple. And they're purple.
That's great.
They're purple,
love that.
iridescent.
They're purple, and they'll sometimes
That's where
have
his
red
Eldritch
hair
come from.
and sing a lot.
I gotta go grab.
No,
my
I
food.
forgot that we did the whole homebrew thing of their attire can
Keep rambling
shift
on
and
me.
change with them, which
That's
is
cheating.
a lot
That's
of fun
cheating.
because I don't know how I have an armor class of 19 with that capability. They normally fight with a rapier and shield, but the very awesome rapier that they had in one of the last fights in fleeing Nicodranus was lost in the fight. So they're currently, unless we change this, we had short swords and pistols and a lot of weaponry for the ship, but they keep a dagger at their lower back and a short bow as well. Looking for a weapon that really just kind of like fits the hand properly and is going to be something that yeah. Anytime Vince gives like the face, I realize the thing I said too late. But yeah, trying to find a weapon that feels true to them, that they believe is going to be fitting for a captain, because being a captain is new to them, and that's still something that even after this month of being in the Fey, they're still getting used to.
I have a quick question. If Jin left during the 30 days,
Yeah.
could he have given Omni his rapier while he was
Oh,
leaving?
that's cheating. That's cheating.
I'd actually be okay with that.
I
Add
think
Light's
that's
Embrace.
Because I think
Add
mostly
what?
because Jen realized that he's starting from scratch. He doesn't really
Yeah.
have a particular skill or notion of determination of what he wants to become. He's going to be walking the world fresh from his curse, no longer embraced by the pact. And I think that would be kind of like a touching remnant of Jin's presence with Omni.
Rubbed his balls all over the.
You're such a dick.
That's
Worth it.
Jin would totally do that though.
Yeah.
Wait,
Totally would.
which Jin is the one that walks away? Lemons and limes? Or is it like an alma, like an?
Guess the
like a
world will never know
combination?
until you meet him again as the big bad.
I'm not sure I could use Light's Embrace
It's a rapier.
because of all of the things that I have attuned.
Yeah, that's true. attunement.
I'll take
Because
it.
we have hold on, we have the compass. That's one thing.
Yep.
I have a ring of flying
Mhm.
that I think you said needed to be attuned.
It shouldn't be. Ring of Fly should be standard.
Okay, well then I might be able to.
Plus, keep in mind the compass is something that you needed while you were on the material plane of Exandria.
And we're in
So
the Fey
you
Wild.
could safely stash that away upon needing to
Amazing.
return. And
Put it in your prison
therefore,
wallet.
Yep,
Yeah.
right, and the prison wallet.
Flesh pouch. And then
Flesh
the other
pouch.
thing was that necklace of scrying.
yes,
I
that
don't
does
think-
require attunement.
that requires attunement. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Beautiful. So then, yeah, I would be able to, and Omni is extremely thankful and grateful to Jin in regards to that, and would have probably sent Jin off with a crap ton of platinum.
Okay. No,
So I'm actually gonna,
quite a bit.
yeah, I'm gonna like take 100 platinum.
Does anybody remember the name of the ship?
Storm's thighs.
Storm's Eye.
The Storm's
The
Eye. It's
Whispering
still
Eyes.
here.
The storm.
Jin and the crew were given a gateway return. The Storm's Eye, for the 30 days it's been here, it's being gradually converted into an airship. It'll take some time, but Gatharn's family is quite wealthy in the Fey. They have a bit of influence over the Concordia court, and through their own kind of backdrop of understanding of how important finding Gatharn's missing father's mother, they've thrown their weight in behind the need to figure out what has happened to them and how to get them back. If Strahd truly has returned, and if Strahd's sense of power is both ebbing into the Fey from his newfound Bunrovian kingdom in the Fell, something different has begun to happen.
Ignorant question.
Mm-hmm.
You just said in the Fell. Is the Fell another realm that is kind of
Shadowfell.
opposite of Fey? Shadowfell. Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you.
Material
For
middle.
for all of
Shadow.
the Fey is unicorn, cotton candy, pearlescent existence, crystalline mountainscapes,
Lawyers.
No,
forest-
that's wrong.
no, that's Shadowfell.
The Shadowfell.
No,
For
think
all
about
the-
it. Lawyers.
For all the brightness that is the
I
Fey,
thought that's the devils that are the lawyers. They're the bureaucrats. Huh?
Lawfully
Ah,
evil.
Evil.
the
Yeah, there's
Ooh,
always had hidden
Shadowfell
contract with
is
the Fae.
the Shadowfell is the Fey's polar opposite. To be there over a long period of time will actually begin to drain your very life force existence. Apathy, hate, fear, anger, and all the things that drag you down are a constant presence. The atmosphere, the landscape, and everything about the Shadowfell is dark, bleak, and blasted landscape. Whereas standing out here on the great kind of like veranda of the Pearl Tree, looking down into the vast expanse of the Concordia realm and all of the other Fey creatures, as well as their Fey domiciles. You could see Sylvans with wings, pixies floating in and out. You could see all of these strange looking beasts that either appear harmless or passive at the existence of those that kind of dwell here. The four of you are on the veranda together. Oops. The three of you are on the veranda together.
Wait, there's four of us, right? Am I tripping?
Gatharn's not there yet.
Fucking Gatharn, where are you?
Oops. Vash, Ergo, Omni, and Defiant. Grimholt is not here. He's out and about. So far, Gatharn had left all of you messages that he wanted to speak to you on the veranda mid-morning. He hasn't arrived yet. But the four of you are together, and you're staring down into the below pink, blue, green valley where you could see the ship going through its conversion. Already the masts have been taken away. The great wooden kind of spine of the ship has been replaced with like a metal-laden kind of structure that looks unfamiliar to you. On the back, the installation of a great brimstone engine designed to give the ship both lift and thrust once the magical incantations are complete. The great kind of refracted stones that course the magic through the ship and displace its weight magically. The more streamlined appearance of the ship being altered every day of its conversion, its construction, due to be finished probably within the next 30 or 60 days or so before you return back to Exandria. But the four of you are on the veranda. What would you like to do?
Dude, you guys are absolutely wild.
You have been with us for a while now.
I know, and man,
still surprising you.
When I met you, you guys were like the only people leaving. Man, you guys are crazy.
Crazy is accurate. Yes.
Why?
Kind of a prerequisite in order to be part of this crew.
Yeah. You're gonna come with us, right?
I mean, fuck yeah, guys. You guys are like a legit group going around doing awesome things. And I want to be part of that.
Sounds like fun. I think you'll be a good addition to the crew.
Did Gutharn say,
Just side-eyeing everybody.
did Gutharn say anything to any of you as far as what he wanted to talk about?
You guys just said follow you.
Nope.
Cool.
It might have to do with the fact that he keeps taking off his loincloth, but I don't know. It could be. Kilt, loincloth.
No,
I mean,
she's got war on the
just,
brain. Everything's a loincloth.
I could have called it a butt flap.
It is my butt flap.
It also is
It's
about
a very big butt flap.
That's just a thing he does. It's
I know, but
quite
he could have
common occurrence.
He could have wanted to talk to us about that. I don't know.
He normally does not talk about it. It's just immediately.
He just does it?
There's no warning. Yeah, if he's in a fight, that's normally the go-to move. Is the first thing that he does.
Yeah, I've noticed. Hard not to.
You guys smell the odor of
Gutharn?
stale martinis and bad tobacco. And now you can see Gutharn coming out of the darkened alcove of the veranda to join you. And floating alongside of him is their father's mother. Mother's father? Mother's father.
I think you're adding an S in there. Mother, father. Not
My mommy,
mother's
daddy.
father.
Sashimis, sushimis, whatever.
Mommy,
Because that'd be
daddy.
his grandpa, right? Mother's
Yeah,
father?
his mother's father would be his
Mother's father
grandfather.
is
That'd be his
two
maternal
generations
grandpa.
But this is just his
Mother,
mother
father.
/ father.
Yeah.
Mother
My
/
mother, daddy.
father.
So
Mother
as
father.
your mother,
You mother
I'm just
father.
going to refer to them as the way they are now. That way, it's not confusing.
What are they now?
So,
Wait, who is this
their
now?
father-
That is
So what you
The
see
father.
your now
floating
father. So it's
along.
mother to
Well,
father.
Gutharn,
Yes.
remind everybody what you look like, and then I'll describe your mother father.
Is
He's
your
such a
father
mother
the
father.
gnome or the orc? No, it's the orc, right?
I actually have their
The
name.
mother father's the orc. Yes.
The orc.
Shore is the name of my mom, and Galen is the
Okay.
name of my father.
Shore
Galen
is
is
the
the
one
one-
missing. Galen
No,
is the
Galen.
one.
Galen is the
Galen
one
is the one
missing.
missing.
All right, Galen's the one missing.
Yeah. Shore gave birth to me. Galen fathered me. But
Right.
now vice
Now they're
versa.
swapped.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
We talk about
Gutharn-
this amongst the crew a lot, trying to figure it out. and
All the
remember.
time.
Whose name is Martha?
How do you know
Name
that
is Martha
name?
too.
How do you know that name?
So Gutharn, describe for everybody what you look like as a reminder.
Gutharn is 3'3". He currently has a month's worth of growth for hair all over his facial features and head because during an incident at the Revels, he took a lot of drugs that caused all of his hair to fall out, and it's finally growing back.
Instant chemo? Was that the name
yeah.
of the drug?
No, he took a little bit of them all. There were like 5 different ones.
Right.
And he sampled them on and,
Yeah,
and
you got
went on a
little
naked
yellow
streaking
one, a
tear
roundy
throughout the
one,
Revels.
Chemo.
square one.
It was a chemo cocktail.
Currently,
cocktail.
Gathar is
cocktail?
dressed in finery.
Oh my gosh.
And looks
Is it a
very unhappy.
Is it still a kilt?
No.
You're wearing
got
pants?
him in pants and boots.
Wow. You're wearing shoes?
Yes, it's
he's probably wearing underwear for the first time in a long time.
Or he's commando.
That's why he's walking awkward, because it doesn't feel
it
right.
rides up.
There's not enough swing in your. There's not enough swing in your gait.
Yeah,
because he's used to wearing like free floaties, right? Now his mom's got him in a brief,
popping out from like the sleeves and the neck collar. Like
he got
his
the Walter
tribal
White
tattoos.
situation going on.
He still has his piercings in. Missing a finger from another incident involved. Yeah, he ate it.
Right.
Yeah, he ate his own finger.
He has a very curious necklace that has a finger bone, a dried ear. Yep.
Yep.
Dried ear.
It's a fetish necklace, and he kept all the details.
A busted orc tusk.
Yep. From your fight on the ship, I think.
Yeah. And portion of a minotaur horn.
Yep, that was your.
Wasn't that the minotaur dong? Yeah, that was the dong, bro. Because you ripped his nutsack open.
I ripped off his his testicle, but I gave it back, and I got to take like a piece of his horn.
That was kind.
I was actually beating him with his own testicle at one point.
I remember that. That was at the fight.
How about this for vast deference?
Vast deference.
You guys really should go back and watch the first part of the campaign if you're curious as to what all of this is about.
It's in the YouTube libraries. All 30 sessions are there.
I feel like the Rebels should have only taken 3 sessions at max, and we were there for.
Oh God! It took
we were there 12. For like 2/3 of the campaign. We
were we were. Yeah,
we were either traveling to the Rebels or in the Rebels.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really remember much besides the Revels.
Yeah.
But Gatharn is most definitely the shortest member of the crew. From afar, he looks like he's a goblin. However, instead of the traditional like pointed goblin ears and other goblinoid features, he has more rounded ears, and actually looks like a miniaturized orc that is half gnome, because that's what he is. He's a Nork. He's half gnome, half orc.
Floating beside him is Shore. They are in their favorite form when they're in the Fey. They're about 2 feet tall with great, like, aged pixie wings on their back. Their portly belly kind of like hangs over, and they are always playing with the belly button from time to time, pulling lint out. And when they flick the lint, it turns into butterflies that just kind of puff away. And you can hear their voice, their grated voice, as they hold a martini glass. They're smoking, drawing on a pipe. Like I was telling you, I don't know why Galen left. They'd always been happy here. I even liked it when I changed my form. We love it here. Look at this place. We're rich. Spits out a big old green loogie onto the ground. Goes back and they're wearing a halter top of glitter and sequins. They have like little pink slippers on that look horrid. They haven't come off their feet in a long time. And the wings are, think of what's his name from Star Wars? The
Watto.
Otto, yeah.
Watto. Yeah. I'm so glad I just drank this tequila, because I'm going to need it.
As I'm glad you've dressed up for the ceremony, son. I mean, that was something. Now that we know the Concordia court's on our side, we just got to figure a way how to get over there, get them back. You think Grimholt's going to have any luck finding a route?
I really, really hope so, because the Fey Wild has done a number on you. You
what do
used
you
to
mean?
be a proud. barbarian who could chug kegs in each hand, and now you're drinking martinis.
Yeah, well,
And wearing
yeah, it's
glitter.
just the way things are now, son. I mean, I'm retired. I got no reason to worry about anything. I could stay here and live forever. I thought me and Galen were going to do that. I just don't know what inspired them to run off. The rumors are that they were seen with Strahd out on the fringes of the gates. I can't believe that Galen would have gone willingly. Something must have happened.
God, I hope so.
And, it wasn't quite the Strahd you would remember.
I don't even know what Strahd is.
Oh, well, they're the father of all vampires, son. Where they all come from. But here, or in the Fell, depending on where he is right now, he's different. Spits on the ground. Pulls an olive out of the martini glass, pops it in his mouth. I'm just saying, he looks a lot older. It's what everyone spits the pit out. Everyone's been telling me. Oh, sorry about that, Vash. I didn't see you there. You're kind of boring and moot all the time. Anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
You've got quite the array of friends to help you here, Catharn. Are they any good?
I'm perched on the rail with my wings just in the wind, just open.
Well, that one looks high, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm calling him cannon fodder.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have cannons here, but there's always plenty of people you can throw into the meat grinder for sure. If that's what you want to use your seagull friend for. I'm just kidding. I kid. I kid when I'm nervous and anxious. I just want to get Galen back. Just want to get them back.
Well, we'll get them back. I'm pretty sure that I don't even know their name. Godfather. Did I even give the Godfather a name?
No, I don't think you know their name.
No, I don't know their name.
No.
I just call him Godfather.
Yeah.
God Daddy.
God Daddy.
And now that I think on it.
Oh, the patron.
Yeah.
I just call him the patron.
Yeah. I know you've never met him before, Catharn. But out there near the Crystal Clove Mountains, over in the Ferrid Rift, your patron lives down there. Maybe 4 or 5 days journey from here.
Ferrid Rift?
The Ferrid Rift. It's a boundary between, well, it's an interesting place to say the least. Up is down, side is left, opposite is even. It's a strange place. Yeah, Omni, you okay? You eat something bad? Your face looks kind of all screwy uppy. Which is odd for you, because normally no one knows what the fuck you're thinking.
Tend to keep things close to the vest. This is our first time in the Fey Wild. So everything is, when you say things are weird, they're different and kind of strange.
Like over by where Urgo's on the edge of the veranda, like this huge pink and blue flying whale.
Like, for instance,
Urgo, don't get eaten by that.
No problems, man. He's friendly, I can tell.
Well, he's not that friendly, but he doesn't look hungry.
So when you say things that aren't necessarily opposites, but you're using them as counterpoints to each other, it's a little confusing because we don't know what any of it means, really.
Well, you can think of the Fey like this, right? If it looks amazing here, back where you live, it looks like shit. If it looks like shit here, then it might look amazing back where you're from. Opposites. Always opposites.
Have you seen whales? Whales are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they're even cooler here.
Well, yeah, they got wings and fly through the air. But back where you're from, they don't have wings and they swim in the water.
They're just
See
as
what I
cool,
mean?
man.
Opposites.
So, is that the same for elements? As in, like water is more
Sometimes,
people would say like fire
Yeah, no,
would be
sometimes.
opposite, but
Like
okay.
like a volcano over where you're from. Over
Lots
here,
of magma, lots of fire, explosions.
right? But over here could be a giant erupting crystal cavern, or a great crystal valley of eruptive color and light.
Do crystals burn you here?
Oh, I don't know. I avoid them. They're not all that interesting to me.
Omni
Fakes
pulls out a
here.
notepad and starts writing avoid.
Are
crystals.
they valuable? These crystals?
Ah, well, in the Fey, there's nothing really of true value here.
Okay,
Only
but if we
magic.
take them over into the our realm, would they turn into fire or would they still be crystals?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ever tried.
Really?
I don't know if you can take them back.
DJ, are you thinking
the
of
very
having
first
a
time I've been
smuggling
back
ring?
in, I don't know. Hey, Cathon, you remember the last time we talked? Or I came to visit you?
Yeah, I thought I was sleeping.
I think you might have been. You know, I
I
gave
thought
you
that was a dream.
gave you a little checkup just to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, that was not pleasant.
Yeah. Well, you're doing good.
Yeah,
No polyps.
no.
Omni just
Okay.
kind of shrugs their shoulders and looks up and starts. So DJ, about that smuggling ring in the. It's gonna be,
So for you, Catharn, you remember seeing your
Right,
father,
right,
or you
yeah.
remember seeing Shore probably in your time frame about a year ago is when you remember seeing them. For sure, that was about 2 months ago.
Okay, so that was right before joining
The crew.
the
Joining-
crew.
Joining Thorvald's brother's crew before it got
Yeah.
hit by the hurricane. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, look, whatever you guys find, finders keepers, right? Take what you want, do with it as you will.
And it's only been 2 months for sure.
It's only been 2 months for sure since he
So
last saw you.
6 months have gone by in the material plane by now.
Correct.
All right. So what happened at the council?
Well, now that the queen's on our side, she's likely to reach out to her patron. Well, it just means we could gain access to places we couldn't get to before. If the Farron Rift is, well, you're not going to know until you talk to your patron over there. Look, I know the whole situation's kind of weird and there's a lot of back and forth, but he's actually a pretty good guy. Back home, he would look more like one of those, what are they called? Dragons. Those dragons you have back home. But here, well, he's kind of like a dragon that all the colors of the world just took a shot on him. So it's kind of easy to spot once you find him. He's pretty even-tempered. I think he'll help you. I have some insights on how to get over to the Fell from the Rift. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the direction Galen went when he was when they were last seen. But yeah, it's been 30 days. Kind of running out of ideas.
So your patron is a rainbow tie-dyed dragon? Is that correct?
I guess I haven't seen him.
Oh, iridescent.
Oh, crap.
Amethyst, baby.
Omni takes more notes in his little notebook. Iridescent, rainbow splattered dragon
Like,
patron.
whenever
So
they
glad I could
visited,
hear Vince finish his mac and cheese.
they would take on. Yo, gotta love that ASMR.
The best part
Thank
is you can't
God.
get back in anymore without me.
Oh,
I was wondering why I couldn't do that.
Well, no, I had to give up to the administrative seats to a couple other people that helped me run different shows. So
So you had to boot me? I see how you are.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm over it.
No, you ain't.
Day and night here is a bit strange. The sights and sounds of the place are strange. It never really gets dark. It never really gets daylight. It's just always
Twilight.
It's just always in a state of shifting twilight. And the various
Shifting
degrees of twilight give you an idea as to possibly what the time lapse would be between here and home. For every hour that you spend in the Fey, a day goes by back home.
That's.
A day here is a month.
And we've been here for a month?
Been here for a month.
So that's 30 months at home?
Maybe. Right now, it feels that way, but it varies from day to day. In less than an hour, it could change. It could be a second is a year, a day is a minute is a minute. The Fey
depends
is
where we're at in the Fey Wild.
Yeah.
Huh.
At least 2 years have gone by, is what you believe has happened back home.
Back home. So glad my cat came with me. It's okay, girl. Where is Zia? Really? Really?
Well, I'm going to leave you and your friends to it, Catharn. I'm going to go linger around the court, see if I can't get you guys some help, get you a ride out there to the rift. Got some creatures you might be able to use. I just don't know if there's enough of them ready yet. I'll let you know this evening before dinner, okay?
Okay.
Well, throws the martini glass and it shatters and turns into butterflies. Taps the tobacco out of their pipe and like unicorn jelly beans come out of it. Tosses it over his shoulder.
I flutter down. I'm eating straight.
Mine. And the five of you are left on the veranda as they recede down into the lower portion of the pearl tree.
Catharn, your mother, father, mother, your parental unit is very strange.
I like him.
I didn't notice.
It's good that you didn't notice.
At the very least, your Lord Father has peculiar
Taste and drinks.
mannerisms.
He's wiping the spit off of his face. Like right on the earlobe, one little singular loogie is just still kind of
Gross.
in there.
I did not know that Jason had spit fetishes. I mean, geez.
You didn't figure that out when he was spitting in your mouth?
Oh, this night just got so much shorter.
No, we're not going home and doing that.
Well, that's good because Nicole will probably be pretty creeped out. So we do have a house guest.
She can put headphones on.
All you gotta do is plug up her nose and then squeeze her mouth.
One of the treasureless. I'm not sure if we pulled this off a Dragonborn, or if it's a flint that bestows Dragonborn abilities. I just got Dragonborn in the parentheses, brass red, lightning, fire breath, flint. Because it was when we were being attacked by those mercenaries when we were fleeing. Because we still had like the 2 arcane bows, the hand axes, long swords.
I have nothing. Just saying.
We didn't divvy those up.
You know.
We were in flea mode.
3 rings, 1 amulet.
Well, the hand axes were specifically for barbarians, no?
Well, they were masterwork. I don't remember them getting identified.
I mean, we could say that during your downtime they would have been identified.
That would be my thought.
Yeah. So we had 2 arcane bows, masterwork that had Actually, we had 3 because Gatharn had one on him already. Because there was three of those archers, and we took all of their bows. 2 hand axes, 2 long swords, 3 rings. Oh, that amulet is what kept the freaking
guy alive.
Kept him
That's
alive.
why he wouldn't die. Until you cut off his head.
He kept coming back up.
Wow, look at these long memories. It's like what? I don't.
I could not find my notebook for the life of me. It's in my.
I have my notes, but I didn't, read them.
She didn't prepare or do anything, even though she's been harassing me for 3 months.
Okay,
do you have time to go poop?
I remember
you have time to read.
Yeah, I've got the quivers.
Yes, this is on my phone. I could, yeah. Well, I do have in my notes. It said Grim and DJ jump up to level 9, but
that
Grim and DJ jumped up to level 8.
Well, we were at 7, so
right.
But you'd said at the end, we jump up to level 9.
Yeah,
because it was a milestone. Probably. That's when Omni went to 10 as well. Because you said that leaving and going to the Fey Wild was a milestone.
Correct, which was 7 to 8 for the newcomers, 9 to 10 for the original crew.
Gotcha.
You said 9. I have it. I didn't change it.
Mm-hmm. Then I was wrong.
Okay.
And that's what it should have been.
Fine. Watch, Brian has the same thing. I don't think Brian takes notes. Never mind.
Damn. Called out, Brian. Sorry.
I actually don't know. I have no idea.
She's just making that shit up.
Oh, hey, I found the loot. Yeah, 3 archer longbows. Gatharn has 1. Mastercraft, maybe magic. +2 to hit, +2 damage. 2 hand axes, magic. +1 to hit, +1 to damage. If wielded as a pair while raging, you get +5 to strength and or athletics. I think Gatharn took that one.
Mm-hmm. The 2 hand axes.
2 long swords, magic, +1 to hit, +1 to damage. 3 rings. 1 was a ring of regeneration. 1 is a ring of protection. 1 is a ring of spell store. Amulet of fortitude. Whenever you fall to 0, you pop back up with 1 hit point. Oh, I took that one. Mm-hmm. Never mind. I have something. 7 potions of greater healing. 3 quivers, masterwork. But Gatharn has 1. They're quivers of accuracy. You have to attune to them. DJ and Omni took the other 2. 2 daggers, magic, +1 to hit, +1 to damage. Omni took 1, DJ took the other, and then various gold, platinum, and silver.
Look at that. See what happens when you actually read your notes from like 4 or 5 months ago?
4 or 5 months? You mean April of last year?
Was it April of last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
4 or 5
So do we want to just spend the rest of this episode like divvying up and taking down?
No,
because they're not actually
in the Discord.
They're not actually
we can split that up in
the
Discord.
Cool.
I'll just share the list in Discord, and you guys can take
Does somebody's Discord keep dinging because I keep hearing the booting sound, and I keep wondering if I'm missing messages or not.
I'm on mute.
I think it's the comment in the Streamlabs.
Yeah, because I get it every once in a while whenever
I keep checking Discord. I'm like, nothing. There's nothing.
Well, now Vince.
Vince is in the new chat, and
Vince
he's writing
titties,
big old
ones,
juicy onion booty, lights embrace.
Oh,
I think those are the names of like some of the items we have.
Oh, nice.
In fact, that's the name of the hand axes. Together, they're titties. One is big old ones, and the other one is juicy onion booty.
Love
All right,
it.
I don't hear it anymore.
Well, the only reason I was asking if we should divvy up that loot stuff was if we're on our way to go and do something right now.
Are we going to be going into combat?
Yeah. We don't know.
Right.
That's why I brought it up.
If we're going into combat,
Vince, does Vash use long swords?
Yes, but he has 1.
Gotcha. Only 1?
He only needs the
He's
1.
not on that Witcher game where he's got
1 for multiple types of enemies.
No, it's
yeah,
run to rule them all.
Oh, he's on that Sauron game. Okay.
No, I don't know if it. I don't think it did all of. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, we'll try.
Control C, then Control V.
I did. It just didn't take all of it.
In the Discord, man,
Oh,
not in
gotcha.
here.
I know. I'm doing it in Discord.
In the
Discord.
month's time that we've been here, Gatharn would have had Claudia's haft shortened
Okay.
Nice.
to make it more wieldable for him.
The Silver Forge would have done that work for you.
The Silver Forge.
So now instead of being like a two-handed hammer, it'd be like a one-handed for some people, but Gatharn can still wield it one or two, depending.
Okay.
Nice.
Good old Claudia.
Okay, so now it's in Discord. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think just the only things that we really need to be concerned with would be the rings and the if anybody wants the swords, or identifying what the bows might have, or if we'd have done that in the month that we were here.
Yeah, we would have gotten those.
I think the
all
bows were
identified.
only bonuses to hit and damage.
Plus 2 to
Real
hit, plus 2
power
to
was
damage.
their quivers.
Okay.
The quivers
And
are
Those are
accuracy.
attunable.
Yeah.
Yes.
In shot with a longbow with advantage.
Okay. So Omni's getting rid of that short bow.
I gotta stick some
Um,
things in the character sheet.
Jason,
Oh.
for when you mentioned that we were the only ones left from the crew, that because we had our whole ship was crewed out, we took on a lot of people that were.
Jin
Did they all
took 'em
just?
all? Yep, Jin took them all home.
So they're
Like the
back in the
following
material plane.
day.
I'm the new captain, bitch.
They
Look
all
at
left
me.
within a week.
I'm
Would
the
have been
captain now.
6 months for them. 7
Gotcha.
months for them.
Because we had the artificer working on some stuff.
Yeah.
But that was specifically for the ship.
Jin's got your
Well-
address book and he's fucking all your old bitches.
So
getting the clap.
everybody should have just keep in your inventory. You have a platinum ring. And
Yeah, that would have
that's
been
a-
concluded by this time.
Yeah.
Before he went
that
back.
that was a spell component thing that Omni had in order to do a defensive like bond to help with like absorbing damage. So everybody has a platinum ring so that they can do that. And they were doing the artificer was also working on rigging out more cool stuff on the ship to have cannon guns and the extra sails, but all of that have been removed and it's now being more
Converted into an
Spelljammer style.
airship. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else in my notes as far as what they were working on for just upgrades. But so as far as the quivers, DJ, you have one, you said?
Yeah.
And so and then Gatharn had one as well.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you took one.
Gotcha. And those quivers, those are attunable, so that's perfect. You DJ said you had the amulet, and
But
so
spell
these
storing, yeah.
these two long swords. Nobody else uses long swords, just Vash. Okay, so can we just keep those in our new airship's armory as
I have a bag of holding.
amazing? Do you want to put them in your inventory then?
Okay.
Keep them in your inventory for
I
that.
think I took one of the long swords. No, I think I already had a long sword plus one.
Or two of them, right?
These- Yeah, there's 2 plus 1 long swords.
Yeah.
Would Gatharn have been able to swap out that masterwork longbow for a masterwork shortbow?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, a longbow is just unwieldy for him.
Yeah, it's like
Got-
twice your height.
Yeah. He rotates it sideways and
Oh, that's how you know he means business.
he turned it sideways.
Yeah.
Fun fact. So this guy I follow on Instagram, freaking
Andrew Tate.
No, Arrow Sniper or something like that.
Wow.
In order to curve an arrow around a target, you have to hold it sideways.
Yep.
Wanted. That's why.
Yeah.
If you could curve a arrow,
Curve
you
a
can curve a bullet.
Oh,
he's
from
like
a red-
Wanted?
You can.
Well,
dodge
no,
a
this guy actually, he's like Arrow Sniper or something or other on Instagram.
I've seen
But he
him.
can curve the arrow, and the
Yeah,
way
I've
he
seen
does
that
is
one
it
too. Yeah.
you remove one of the fletchings from the arrow. And the way
You
you
guys see
knock
the
it,
ship
you
that Jason put in
hold
the
it sideways.
Discord?
Pew!
Sick.
That's rad.
That's currently what's being built.
The flaming sphincter.
That's not what we're gonna call the new ship.
The
Nope.
turtle.
It's
The
still the
gopher.
Storm's
It's the
Eye
gopher.
until we vote on a.
It's the blown
on a
out
new one.
O-ring.
It's the burning ring of fire.
It's a night spent at
I
Taco Bell.
fell into the burning ring of
It's the
fire.
birth.
It's the birth.
It's the
Burf.
birth.
It's
It's the
Berfa.
red rocket.
We're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Berfa. Berfa.
Big booty Judy.
Just a question: is the quiver of accuracy something that's actually in D&D Beyond, or is that just we make a
No,
note? Of
it's-
it?
No, I take all
it's a
my stuff
custom.
from my homebrew notes.
Yeah, it's homebrew. So
If
we
you want to
just
put
have
it in there,
create
you're more than free to.
Grim took the Ring of Protection, Ring of Spell
Mm-hmm.
Storing as DJ, and Ring of Regeneration.
Is
Oh,
open.
what is needs to be recharged mean?
It means that it wasn't.
You gotta
It's
you gotta
got
pump
3
some
of
spells
7
in there.
charges.
It's currently expended.
It's 3
Yeah,
of
'cause
7.
we made the
Oh.
dude wearing it expended.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, that was a hell of a fight, man.
1d8 of hit point back. How does that work? Is it like you use your action and you can just roll a d8 and
At the
heal?
end of each of your turns while in initiative, it automatically regenerates up to 1d8 hit points.
Oh, so if you have 7 rounds in combat, then it's done, and
Yep.
you have to wait until dawn for it to recharge, or how does it recharge? I guess is my question.
You have to take it to an enchanter and have it recharged.
Gandalf the White.
We're going with freaking Elder Scrolls here. You gotta consume a soul stone and recharge it that way.
You can only recharge it by taking your shirt off.
Yep.
So
That's
how does
fair.
it get activated when you want it to finally start recharging? Or wait, like how do you decide that you're going to use it?
It just
It
happens,
just-
Omni.
Well, you invoke it. You decide to either make it passive or you don't use it.
You're
Okay.
like, please,
That's
Daddy.
what I was wondering, because if you're like in combat
That's-
and you have 7 rounds and it's just over then once you
Yeah.
put it on, or
That's
so
actually
you actually have to
the
like turn it on.
the control word is please daddy, and it activates.
You just scream it really loud.
Omni starts writing in their notes, "Can activate, please, Daddy."
Or a little spoon.
Middle spoon.
Middle spoon.
You can be the ice cream of the ice cream sandwich. I guess it would be a
Does-
Neapolitan, huh?
Does anybody want the Ring of Regeneration?
No.
Omni's not going to take it. Ergo,
Nah, I'm good, bro.
DJ,
Not really my style.
yeah.
I
you
don't
have
know if I
slots?
have a slot.
Does it
I
require
have-
attunement, Jason?
Yes, it does require attunement. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't, because of the limitation of its charges. That's why it's such a demanding effect. It can keep you from dying, because technically, if you're unconscious and it's passive, it'll still work.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I guess I'll take whatever no one wants.
And it does
I
not
mean, you get the
require
longbow
attunement
plus
because
2
it's
since you
limited to
use
charges.
longbows, Ergo.
If there's one left, again, I'm not gonna. I won't ask for anything, but I will take
I have the
anything you
third
give
one.
me.
Yeah, if anything, because I don't have to be attuned to cover Joe's flag at the moment.
Hey,
was-
Grouch Couch! I totally forgot to turn on my stuff.
Notifications.
They rated us. That's awesome.
Yay!
Raid me,
Yay.
Daddy.
Yeah, so I don't have
Jeez.
to be
Welcome
attuned
to
to
the
Copper
stream,
Joe's
guys.
flag, so I have 1 attunement slot open.
Do you
Because I don't
have?
think I have to be attuned to Claudia either. But I
Do you
think
get,
I had to be
um,
attuned to the hand axes, didn't I?
If wielded by
Yeah, they were a matching pair. So the matching pair required a single attunement.
Okay.
So in order to gain those advantages of +5 to hit in athletics checks, then they had to be attuned, and they have to be wielded as a matching pair.
Yeah, then in that case, that will take up my third attunement slot. They were plus ones, right?
Yes. 2-hand axes +1 if wielded as a pair. Yeah. Ergo, take the ring.
The ring of regen. All right,
Yep.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bruh.
Bruh.
Appreciate it, bruh.
Bruh.
I thought we said we're gonna keep going with the story. Why are we splitting up loot?
Because I'm afraid that we're gonna get into a fight and we're not gonna have.
We're
all this
gonna
stuff
be
to throw away.
fine, man.
Vash is like, look, this is all cool shit, but I'm pretty sure it's just martinis and smoking all night long.
I mean,
I'm trying to fuck
that's
his
fun, too.
daddy mom, his mommy daddy. I'm trying to be the freaking thruple.
Vash has the spit kink.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does have spit king for sure.
Every time he's wiping it off, he's like saving this. For
I squeezed it
later.
into a vial.
Oh, he's like over there wringing out his hair, like.
Gross.
Or I'm assuming you have hair, Vash. I don't know for sure. I'm just
You
assuming.
got my
do.
character
Oh, did you describe? Did you do a physical description?
on Hero Forge, you know?
Oh yeah, on Hero Forge. I guess you do have hair. Fair point. Although all I see is images of people wearing bikinis.
You guys want to see what Ches looks like? This is Ches. It's not Omni.
Here we go.
I want to
Put
see
it in
this.
the
I wanna
Twitch.
see this. It's in the Twitch.
It's in
Man,
the
I gotta
Twitch.
open up Twitch now.
Oh,
You should be
God.
watching
I
anyway.
already know what it is.
I don't have the bandwidth to be watching right now, so I'll just assume it's
Bandwidth.
degrading and funny.
I
Hey,
might have bandwidth. I'm not
Vince,
entirely
does Omni recognize a little something in Vash?
What do you mean, your long lost lover?
No, as
You
in
wanna tie that together?
as in like for like, game recognized game in their appearance. Is Vash
literally,
me,
Vince
dog?
is literally side-eyeing you.
Is Vash a changeling?
Don't worry about it.
Just saying. Vash and Omni got some similar hair, bro, and they both really pale. I don't know how you did Omni's lack of face in Hero Forge. I thought that was a pretty dope touch.
That was
Mask.
pretty cool, wasn't it? Mask.
No, it's not
Oh,
a mask. It's
mask.
just
Or
I just
face
took his face
covering.
off.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like an empty face. Face.
Wild. That's dope.
Yeah, I love that. Super cool.
I figured that'd be like that really represents Omni. At first, I just like, oh, his default half elf form, but then I
Yeah.
actually considered it
Oh,
when I was
right.
making it.
No, I love that.
not,
when you
not
said
making
that.
a joke.
That's so sick. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I based it off of your little character portrait.
Do we have like lodging that's been set up for us?
I would assume.
Oh,
so.
you're in your family home, which is basically kitted out in it's like 25 stories. There's
Well,
maybe
Gatharn had never been here because
Yeah,
he's only been on the
it's-
mortal plane.
yeah, during the time that you've been here, everybody basically has their own floor if they want it. And it's
We do.
It's like at the base of the Pearl Tree is this massive tavern called the Winking Unicorn. That everybody in the Concordia court often visits. Your parentage's home is like legendary throughout this area of the court.
I'm already banned from the tavern. That was like established the second night we were here.
Not surprising.
In
Yeah,
fact,
and
I'm
remember
already
Gatharn-
like Gatharn has been sober for like the last 25 days because the freaking moratorium has been passed down of no hallucinogenics, no psychotropics, no booze, nothing like that is allowed to be given to Gatharn.
More importantly, you remember seeing him that first night where he came in with like pixie arms and legs, and he was so hammered he was like, they don't grow back. I tried, and he discarded the legs and the arms and passed out drunk.
Oh crap.
And he got booted from the tavern.
That's not surprising.
Now there's an underground guild of pixies that just have claimed that they're gonna cast vengeance and they're building an army to come after Gatharn.
It's highly possible.
Jason, one last inventory question.
Mhm.
Because I want to make sure that money wise, this is the first time I've ever been like the treasurer of the group, and I
Yeah.
want to do it and keep it right and be
Okay.
honest. We talked about paying the crew for services rendered, and that they were going to get a certain amount of money, but they're no longer with us. How much do you think it if Omni were to have given them
He would have given
their
them
pay and a
10%
bonus?
of their holdings. So calculate 10% of your wealth, and that's what you gave them.
Okay, cool. And then we remember when we pulled that stone from the blacksmith's thing, you said it was dormant, but the stone was still for something.
Yep.
Being here in the Fey Wilds during that time, Omni would have asked or taken it to somebody, asked what it was about and what it could possibly do.
During that whole period of time, no one's been able to figure out what it is.
Awesome. Love a mystery. We got a couple of things like that. The pirate or the black market currency that nobody seems to recognize or know what it is, and now this stone as well.
Correct.
I love it.
Hey, Tabletop Misfits, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it.
You're
Oh
right.
my gosh. It's
Raid
so
me,
good to
Daddy.
be back, guys.
Can we do that as
Been
a
a
soundbite
while.
every time we get raided?
Raid no.
We did what?
That is a
No.
soundbite. Just have a button right there.
No.
That's a hard no.
Well, at least it's a hard
No.
no.
Raid me, Daddy.
it's a
Hard
hard
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Raid
it's
me,
gonna
Daddy.
be,
Hard no.
it's gonna be raid me, mommy.
Raid
Oh,
me, mother father.
shades of Greyhawk. Shades of
way.
Greyhawk.
I'm still like, that one was fun. That our last dungeons in the Greyhawk one was an actual sex dungeon.
Oh my god.
What a change.
When we were doing a dungeon crawl, we didn't realize.
That you were literally crawling through a
Crawling
dungeon
through.
of naked bodies.
Yeah.
Why
Or
are
that
the floors
the
sticky?
dungeon itself was inside of a
That's
body.
okay,
The
the
dungeon
looks
was a
on-
body.
The looks on Callista's face and Vince's girlfriend's face.
Oh
and
yeah.
Everybody was just
Priceless.
hysterical. It's like a Visa commercial. Priceless.
All right.
Wasn't that MasterCard?
I think we're just down now to, as far as healing potions go, as Gatharn had bought a crap load.
Yeah. But you also went through a crap load in that fight.
Yeah, I think we're just down to 10 of the superior. Those are the ones that heal the most, right?
Yes. They are the most powerful.
And
Although, because you're not really familiar with the Fae, certain magics here work a little differently. And one of the things that Shore reminded you of, that magic here is wild from time to time. So be mindful of that.
cool. So we could be basically drinking cursed potions.
Dope.
It just kind of depends on where you are and what's going on.
Yeah, because I think we're down 10. We're down to just 10 superior, 20 of the greater, and then 30 of the standards for healing potions.
Is that including
Chaz,
the
did you
7
take a
from...
longbow and a quiver?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
gonna use it?
I like how Vince was like, "Come on!"
No, that's from the stash that Gatharn had purchased.
Okay.
The potions is that what you were just referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Gatharn and Jin had to like down a couple of the superior ones after we exploded.
Yes, it's always fun when you explode.
We had the sick combos.
Yeah. All right. So magic is wild here.
It can be. It's unpredictable sometimes,
That means
depending
that
on what regions you might be in.
it would affect our gear as well. Then.
No, just arcane. Arcane spells technically can be a little bit more, could be a little bit more vulnerable to it. Divine and natural spells tend to be less vulnerable to it. Potions that you brought through with you into the Fae will become wild and unknowing in their effects depending on where you are within the Fey. Some regions.
So you
are
might
more
drink a
stable.
superior potion and you might have a superior boner. You know what I'm saying?
Cathar's willing to test that out if it gets him high.
Well, you're already running through the Revels with butt ass naked with a permanent heart on.
Cathar has been sober for 25 days now, all right?
I doubt it. Vash has been sneaking him a little.
It hasn't been working. It's like an enchanted curse.
That's fair. It's very fair.
So yeah, Gatharn has been a little bit more reserved, and as a result, now that he's waiting for transport to arrive, he goes to his rooms and gets ready for battle.
Gearing out of your finery from the court and gearing up in your more reminiscent travel gear that you have.
I mean, the kilt still looks resplendent because it's one of the bed sheets.
That's fair. That's fair.
Would somebody mind helping me with conversion math real quick?
Conversion math is the devil.
I tried to do like removal of a certain amount of, because it says total in gold points 132,722, but
so they
because
there's
only
13,200.
Yeah.
Because there's only 493 of actual gold, it's mostly platinum. When I try and remove the 10% of the total of the gold, it doesn't calculate it because there's not that much gold in it.
Well, how much platinum do we have?
13,216.
Give them 140 platinum pieces. Boom, done.
Remember, it's for every one plat is 10 gold.
Okay.
So 140 platinum pieces would be 1,500 or 15,000 gold. Or 14,000
right now,
gold.
all of your wealth is being held at the Fey Bank known as Flutter. It's a money changer that manages all of the coins and wealth of those who travel over with the intention of going back. There are creatures that are neither nefarious or neutral, but they feed on certain raw elements, and rare elements like silver, gold, copper are often, and platinum are often attracted by these creatures are attracted to them. They tend to be invisible and could potentially actually consume the value of your coin. Therefore, during your first 30 days here, all of that wealth would have been safely contained with Flutter.
Okay. I'm still going to keep it in the inventory because I don't have a way of tracking Flutter.
Yep, that's fine.
So earlier I said I gave Jin 100 platinum. I added 40 to that because it was 13,200. So the addition in gold is going to cover that. Would have gone personally to Jin, and then the rest to the crew for that. So we are currently at 132,322 gold for our bank account.
Ergo, give me a perception check, please.
Oh, God.
First roll of the night.
Let's go. Don't fuck it up.
No, me? Never.
If he's using D&D Beyond.
He's using D&D Beyond. He's not even caring.
No worries. 15.
15? Looking out while they're all sorting through items and talking about how to get gear sorted out, Gatharn walks away to go get his kit ready. You could see 6 griffins now circling the tree.
Man, nature's beautiful.
And then they kind of bank, and all of them land.
Like fall out of the sky or land? Okay.
Land on the veranda, and just their wings, their beaks kind of clacking, and they just kind of sit patiently.
Hey, Larry.
Isn't nature beautiful? That's
at the air.
Omni pulls out some beef jerky, dried meat strips, and tosses to one of them that seems to be closest.
Catches it at the tip of their beak. Goes over to the edge of the veranda and throws it off the edge.
He didn't like that one. No, you should know better. You're not supposed to feed wild animals. You observe. You safely observe from a distance.
The griffin looks at you, tilts its head, kind of pulls away from you.
Can I help you, my fellow friend?
Like clocks in your direction. And
Well, I don't have food for you, my dude. You gotta go look for it yourself.
It might not be hungry.
Well, how?
Oh, good, they're here. Oh, that's great. And you watch as Shore comes floating back in. Now, where'd my son go? I just found out this is your ride.
Gathar is currently, after he gets kitted up, ransacking the house for a suitable gift.
Oh, give me an investigation check as you begin to delve into rooms that haven't been touched in over a century.
For your patron?
Sure. Investigation. Where's my character sheet? Dirty 20.
So prepared.
Well, I'm like scrolling through tabs, but dirty
What'd you
20.
get? Dirty
20.
One of the rooms that you stumble across at the top, it just says Galen's artwork. And you open up the door and step inside, and it's a collection of Fey art. The thing that catches your eye is a pedestal with a crystalline kind of stone on it, an uncut emerald about the size of a large storage box on the pedestal. It's so like raw in its form that it actually fills the room up with kind of like a weird brightness. And this feels like a good gift. It's impressive. Right. It's bright and shiny.
I wrap it up in like a cloth or something like that, basically making a makeshift. Actually, I think I have a haversack of holding.
I believe you do.
So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up in a blanket and stick it in my haversack of holding.
Why do I not have a bag of holding yet?
How many do we need in a group?
Ash does.
He has a haversack. I have a bag of holding. Why do you need one?
I need
so we
one.
can put them together and then blow up the world?
No, that happened in the game already. No. Wish it hadn't.
Gathar, you head back up to the veranda?
Yeah, after I have a suitable gift set aside.
Oh, there you are, son. Hey, one of my friends in the court, they're gonna loan you their griffins. Try to bring them back in at least a semblance of returnable fashion, if you wouldn't mind. They're already fed. They can hunt on the way, so I wouldn't worry about it. They're not named. You're free to name them whenever you want, because when they come back, their memories get wiped and they get put back in the stables. So it is what it is.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Wipe
Yeah,
their
that
memories?
feels wrong.
Well, it's for their own protection. We don't want them knowing what you're up to.
Well, yeah, but now I don't know what Vash is going to do to them when we're not looking.
What do you mean? What? Wait, does he leaves? I mean, does he
The
do
implications.
Does he do that to animals? Is it?
I don't know. I've only known him for like freaking 3 weeks. It's a possibility.
I've been here for 30 days, sir.
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, griffins aren't your thing,
fortnights.
right, Vash? You're into other things. Like all 6 of the griffins turn to look at Vash.
Hell, Bird Brain up there might be like it, like getting his cloaca might be like going woohoo. I don't know.
That's a strange assumption you have, sir.
I like how Vash is being the straight person. The griffins are all kind of pawing at the ground, kind of ruffling their feathered wings.
What do they eat?
Just give them the command word hunt, and when they're hungry, they'll go hunt. What's another command word? Return. They know that one. Attack. Really good with that one. Guard. They know that one. And then what's the fifth one he said? Fly back. Evidently, if you tell them that, they'll fly back here in case something's gone wrong.
Okay, so that was hunt.
If you happen to speak with animals or you're good at animal handling, you know, they're pretty good conversationists.
I know 2 different dialects of Aarakocra. No.
Oh, well, that's
Chinga tu madre.
Whoa.
Pendejo.
That's definitely orc.
Chupa mi todo culo.
Yeah.
Your orcist.
Orc is terrible.
Your orc is terrible.
Yeah,
me
is that
culo, güey.
undercommon I hear? No.
Is that undercommon I hear?
Chupa mi verga, güey.
Currently looking to see if speak with animals is something sorcerers
A
have.
la verga, güey.
There's
It
a
is
shift
not.
in the twilight. And then another shift. As the day dims and then comes back, the twilight settles again. Ah, that was weird. I wonder what that means. I've seen that happen before.
Wait, that was weird to you?
Yeah. Normally it's much more subtle than that. Never really seen it kind of reflect the light so poorly before.
Does that signify normally like a change in the day or the time?
No, sometimes I think when that happens is something very powerful is crossed over. Like something of significant power.
Crossed over like died or just crossed over like came into the game?
do
Like
magic
came over
awareness.
into the realm.
Gotcha.
What are you doing,
I'm
Gathard?
Magic awareness. I'm basically concentrating and expanding my ability to detect magic.
Give me a D20 for starters.
15.
15. You feel the magic work, but give me an intelligence save.
20.
20. Take half of 42 points of psychic damage.
Ow.
As you begin to realize that when you cast that spell, this entire place is pure magic. And the reflection of it and the way your psyche consumes all that magic in, you guys watch as for a moment Gatharin is catatonic. And then he flutters his eyes and comes out of his catatonic state, looking around. Whew. And
Not doing that again.
there's like a little trickle of blood coming out of his nose.
With my background
Guys,
as
son,
a...
you got to be careful with the magics here. You can't just... Got to remember, this whole place is magic. This whole place.
How do you do magic all the time then?
I don't. I try to avoid it as much as I can. But I find that if I take on, like, Fey forms, it's more stable. It's more predictable when you're in the Fey form.
So like when you toss the martini glass and it turns into butter, that's not magic?
Yeah, it's just magic. Just the way
Passive
it is.
magic. How do you take a Fey form?
Got you.
You try to control polymorph in such a way that allows you to change. Sometimes
And
you could get
like
a magical
polymorph?
Fey to turn you into something. I'm not true polymorph. No. I have a special item I use to be able to polymorph daily into something.
Yeah, when my
And if you
my daddy mommy's patron flip-flopped him, he also flip-flopped abilities.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I got all of Galen's.
Warlock stuff.
Yeah. I'm not really gonna lie. That whole warlock shit. I'm not a fan of it.
You've been this way for how long? And you haven't gotten used to it?
If you don't like something, doesn't mean you have to get used to it. You just don't use it. So yeah, I guess I've gotten used to not using it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Wow. Okay.
What did Galen get from you?
Lots of muscles.
Yeah. If Galen can ever get free of whatever he's under, it makes me wonder why Strahd took them. Just something strange about that.
Maybe Strahd needed some muscle if they're looking kind of old and
a
little more drained.
Rumor has it
maybe
that,
for protection.
Rumor has it that he was having a lot of challenges and problems down there in Exandria.
Strahd was?
Yeah. Rumor has it that he took his Bonrovia kingdom or city or town. Fuck, it's been so long, I don't fucking remember.
His realm.
Yeah, his realm, whatever. He literally made a deal with someone who took it out of the physical plane and placed it in the Shadowfell for him. And then he uses his illusionary subterfuge of his old realm to lure people in, and then they don't even realize they step through the barrier and they're pulled into his new location.
Does any of this sound familiar to my character, Jason?
With
his background as a researcher?
Yeah, you can give me a history check.
Oh, not that great. 15?
15? Actually not bad. The area of Bonrovia kind of exists in many different kinds of manifestations through different tellings of lore and history. A lot of it's myth, a lot of it's subjective to certain regions. In almost every region that you go to of Exandria, all seem to have these strange, like Dracula myths. But one of the common themes to the myths is that you pass through what they call the dream barrier. And passing through that dream barrier almost seems to purposely isolate people to the point that they can't be scryed upon or located. And that might be part of the myth of maybe his realm doesn't really reside on the material plane. But he's also a myth creator. He manipulates communities and he manipulates areas of places to drop falsehoods and false understandings of his realm to lure people into it.
Can I draw a conclusion that maybe or the powers that were given to him may be something to do with the Dreaming Dark and my personal research?
Yeah, it's possible. It may even have something to do with the idea of this rift place where the patron lives. This kind of undefined boundary between different places of existence. A collision zone of the Fey. And while the magic veil and all the different celestial and elemental planes and the astral sea is the universe, the composite of the known reality. In amongst the astral sea is wild space. And within this wild space and the astral sea is the collision of these great planes of existence. This is what your own personal research has taught you over time. And your theory has led you to believe that these are not 2 or even 3-dimensional ways of existence, but like ripples in water, they collide, integrate, collude in a single kind of idea of existence. It's one of the ideas that you came up with because of how powerful planar magic is. It doesn't make sense that you shift up and down or side to side. It feels more like you step through, walk over, move through places of existence. That's become a more popular theory of plane shift and planar travel. And also, a part of your research is about astral titans. And it might explain the behaviors of astral titans. While most of them exist in dormant stasis, no longer serving the prime deities, their preclusion from reality has never felt permanent. It's almost as if their existence is between spaces of both time and shifting astral planes. Once again, that theory of the dreaming dark and what does that mean to push the edge and the nuance of 2 and 3 dimensional space versus the idea of a single consolidated existence. And that would be the basis of your theory. But Strahd is not an overly smart person. His intellect is in his deception and his cleverness. His deception and cleverness make him appear smart for the most part. Now, whether you share that or not is totally up to you. Fair.
That sounds just like Vince.
So, Gatharn, in going to see your patron,
Not mine.
sorry, in seeing your parents' patron, the patron, this isn't your godfather.
No, it's my godfather, but he's not my patron.
Gotcha.
I don't have a pact.
He's
The
not a
No
parental
warlock.
contract.
The parental patron.
Did he
is there
provide
anything-
funds for your adventuring?
No.
Oh, then he's definitely not his patron.
Is
gotta
there
sign up
anything
for
that
the
we should
Patreon.
know, or ways that we should proceed?
Well, I mean, I've only met him the one time when I pissed him off.
You see, Vash starts to dig into the bag of holding, and he pulls out like a tiny little book. Hands it over to Omni. Fey court etiquette and other ways to behave. It's a basic rundown of how you should behave in the Archfey's presence.
Super useful, thank you.
Is
He's
he-
thinking of going and talking to the queen then.
Is
before
he an
you leave?
archfey? Is the patron an archfey?
Yeah, patrons are Che.
Oh yeah, he's arch, all right. He's yeah, he's big.
I fully expect that as soon as Omni tries opening the book, it just starts opening up more and more and
Yeah,
more
like it
until it's
says
like a
bigger.
huge tome.
It's like one of those booklets you get for your washer and dryer machine, and you just fold it out, and it's half the size of your room.
Yeah. You're like, oh, this should be. God, there's
It's a little light
so
reading.
much.
Small instruction manual. How?
It's front and back. What language is this?
You try to fold it back up, and it's halfway to the moon
You
already.
don't know how to fold it back up. It's folded diagonally some places.
There's a
It's
command word.
Charmed so that you can't fold it
Oh my
back
god.
up.
It is so much like the instruction manuals that they send in everything now. You
Yep.
get this postage stamp instruction manual by the time you open it. It's like a paper blanket on the floor.
Omni's gonna skim through it as quickly as possible, trying to find anything in relation to
Vash,
what they've heard.
yeah,
how,
as-
the
as
patrons can
Omni
describe it.
skimming through it, what do you think he would find in there that would be of interest to him?
Never comment on a Archfey's eyebrows.
They are quite angular. Yeah, they can be.
They're like the night elf eyebrows from World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Damn.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
like it.
I've seen Matt in his Archfey costume, so it's kind of not too
Yeah.
far from the truth.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
seated at the dinner table in our world, you eat from the outside in.
Yeah.
In the Fey realm, you eat from the inside out.
With like utensil wise,
Mhm.
not food wise, utensil
Yeah.
wise. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And you start with your left hand.
Good. Omni is ambidextrous, so that's easy.
Oh, you go both ways?
Of course.
Oh,
We already knew this.
Yeah. This is Vash might
Oh,
not
I mean,
have.
it would be.
And if you wear an
Darn,
article
darn
of
it.
clothing, a color that's contrasting to theirs, they will kill you on sight.
Oh, we're screwed. So we need
Now-
to just
No,
need to
This
you're
wear
isn't a
black.
conversation. This
change.
all
isn't an
have
actual.
the entire group has the color code.
This
And
isn't
just
an
we need to
actual
wear black or white.
conversation,
Same color
right?
as that.
This,
No,
this-
he's skimming the
I'm
etiquette
skimming
book.
through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna
No,
say
when-
this,
when-
this
when
is
I
just
read
what he's
that part-
finding in this part here.
When I read that part about the color code contradicting their thing, that's when I say, "Oh, we're screwed," because as it's been described, iridescent, multiple colors all over the place. How do you not contrast that? So we all need to either we be in like
Gatharn's
all
already
black
good to
or
go.
all
If you
white.
notice, his bedsheet kilt is iridescent.
Vash's
So we
clothes
need-
turn to start to change into an iridescent color.
How do I become iridescent?
Do you say that out loud?
No, because I don't know what he's reading.
If you say it in your thoughts, you guys are now looking at a fur iridescent defiant jewel.
Damn, I was just gonna throw glitter at her.
You're in the Fey.
Can I make myself go back to normal?
You go back to normal as soon as you think of it.
Okay,
I love
now I
that.
make myself all glittery.
I think in my own mind, Omni topless.
Vash is standing there topless.
Looking like Omni?
No,
Yeah.
just a topless Vash. It doesn't.
Yes,
You're not
yeah.
allowed to impose the Fey magic on other people.
Oh, I was thinking he made himself look
Self-imposed.
like Omni.
Yeah,
He
but I
was-
kind of want to look like Omni
because,
too.
you know,
You look like a topless Omni.
I
was
I
gonna
imagine
say,
what Omni
Vash-
looks like
Vash
underneath, and I
is-
look at the mirror.
Vash is
Change the
wearing
skin to
like a
iridescent.
t-shirt suddenly
Watch as
with
this
the.
iridescent mirror appears right in front of you.
See, the way I saw it was just Vash's like clothing suddenly turns into a t-shirt with a topless Omni like pictured on it.
okay, I'm gonna think about
Dash looks
I'm
up and
gonna
he's like,
think about,
"Thoughts are dangerous here."
gift. I'm gonna think about gift
No.
also going iridescent to match mine.
It's a beast, so yeah, you can make the beast fur change into yours.
I touch her and I make her match me.
Okay.
I bring my
Virgo.
clothes back.
I have no idea what's going on, bro. Guys,
Ergo's just leaning on the veranda, like smoking spice.
I'm still
pipe.
perched on the rail, hunched
Uh,
over.
Can you
Qatar-
imagine yourself looking like
Hey,
similar
Ergo,
colors as the
Ergo,
rest
real
of
quick.
everybody?
What do pigeon feathers look like?
I don't know what a pigeon is.
I don't know what. Do you not have pigeons?
Bob?
I don't really stay
What?
too long and learn about all. I mean, I've seen a lot of birds, man.
Birds.
I'll try to
Yeah.
use
I know.
minor illusion to make
You
a
should
pigeon.
look like a bird of paradise.
No, pigeons
I
actually have iridescent
imagine what
feathers.
I think
Yes,
a
they do.
bird of paradise looks like in my head because I don't know which one that is.
As
Now
far
he
as you
just looks
know,
like a
it's-
flamboyant Ergo.
Yeah, just-
No, he looks like a
Oh.
toucan.
I look like a carnival dancer.
Carnival.
Carnival.
Carnivale.
Carnival dance.
Ah, yeah. See, you guys are getting the hang of the Fey. Been here 30 days. I thought it was about time.
Whoa.
Yeah. I didn't know I could do that.
I mean, you guys notice you never get full and you never get hungry, right?
Never get drunk, never
I
get
mean,
stoned.
I have berries, man.
Yeah.
Nature provides.
I didn't.
Wow.
Think
We
about
don't really have nature here. We have
Nature.
magical nature. I mean, it's
Nature
weird. It's a
nonetheless,
different
my
place.
dude. Nature nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a trip, my friend. You're a trip. Ah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's definitely tripping.
So what's your plan, son? What's your plan?
We have no plan.
Mom?
Yeah. I'm gonna go visit
Dad?
good old grandpappy.
Yeah.
Oh, reliable.
Yeah. I suppose if you survive that, then we're 50-50 on this, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, the real trick is getting to them, you know? Gotta get down into that rift and find where they are. You gotta convince them to, talk to you.
Any suggestions on how to do that?
Jesus, she scared the shit out of me.
Hey, Omni, is that music coming from you?
Music?
Yeah, I keep
There's like a-
hearing.
There, the techno in the background.
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing techno.
I hear the techno as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was our neighbor because he sometimes works.
No,
late
I don't
on
hear him
Sundays.
here.
Yeah, okay.
I couldn't hear it either because of the earbuds.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
then
yeah,
when I
that's
took them out, all of a sudden I heard a little
I
bit
heard
of
like
bass
a
coming
G6
through.
I
earlier
want to
and
see
almost
naked
commented
people
on
come
it.
into your bus doing like the
I
glow
thought
sticks.
it was Jason, and that was the music he had for the Fey Wild.
No.
Bro, the Fey Wild is
Honestly,
a rave, my
honestly,
dude.
it fits.
They watched
It
a
really
giant
does.
rave party.
I thought it was Jason.
No.
I actually thought so as well until he's the one that brought it up. I'm like, interesting choice for Fey Wild
Watch all these
music.
half-naked
We're
faces.
doing, techno EBM. I'm just seeing like freaking like the whole time. I'm just seeing like freaking lights flashing, pixies like fucking with little light sticks and shit.
So for context,
There's a pixie on the ground just
watching. For those of you that don't know what the heck they're talking about, the music that you hear through my background in my mic, I am in a school bus at an event called Schoolie Palooza, and we're in the desert in Arizona. It's like a micro Burning Man. Yeah, we've been having music events and festival activities and dancing and stuff pretty much each
orgies.
night.
They've been having orgies.
Plus orgies.
None of that. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, you don't know.
Topless video on Instagram.
So
That's
much
the only reason why I've been following all three of his freaking accounts.
Orgies to be here.
Yeah,
I mean, I've not been offered any of them.
Turned down an orgy to be here? That's all I heard from all of that.
No.
They were going to make an Ouroboros of 69.
Because I never received an invite to an orgy.
We need to make sure that Ches gets an invite to the next orgy.
Orgy at my house, Ches. Just me and you, baby.
That's not an orgy.
That's not an orgy.
I'll buy like 5 blow-up dolls.
That's just a single bad decision.
What's one more, Ches?
That is right. When you've had a lifetime full of them.
Yeah, what's one more?
So yeah, that's the music that you might be hearing in the background. Is that event still going on? But it's much quieter than it was last
suck
night.
on Chez's head.
I can smell it.
Thinking that. Are you smelling his hair?
Yeah.
Well, at first he did like a slurping noise. Like
smells like patchouli and marinara, my favorite.
So much. And what's really funny, when we come back in 2 weeks, we're gonna have 2 more people play. So it's gonna be a crowded table this year.
7 people.
Okay.
Grimholt will be back. I can't wait to see what Barrybot thinks of this fucking crew.
Oh god. I have to behave now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Why,
try.
Because of Barrybot, you don't have to behave with me, but you have to behave because of Barrybot. Wow, Vince.
You're the one over here telling me that you do nasty stuff in the massage parlor.
I have never said that.
Jason told me one time you was giving him a massage, and then you was offering all sorts of extras that wasn't on the menu.
Jason,
I run a legitimate business.
Maybe massaged him like twice.
Twice in our entire time of dating.
In the entire time we've been dating.
Hell no,
And luckily, she doesn't ask me to build databases. Yeah, Cesare, you're overdue.
Yeah, Ches, you should come and get
I'm overdue.
It's actually really messed
Ches,
up.
I'll massage your dick right now, bro. Let's go.
That's a bro. That's a real bro right there.
It's a bro looking out.
Hey, man, anytime anybody asks me what would you do if you got turned into a girl for a day, I let Omni hit all day long.
Let him all hit.
I'd let Ches hit all day long. I'm just letting him smash.
I just want to know right now, is Alex home?
Hell yeah, she's in the next room.
She's watching this stream. She's here.
She's watching the stream. She's in the stream.
She's watching the stream. Hi, Alex. We miss you.
Babe, are you gonna be mad if I let Ches hit all night long? No. See?
We're good.
Permission granted.
Permission slip signed.
Look, Ches, I'm so desperate. I'll suck off your dad just to get a taste of the recipe, dude.
I don't.
The chef's kiss.
Anyways, let's go find this patron, yo.
That is a man that spends way too much time on social media.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's talk to these
You
griffins.
spend way too much time in your little square car driving around thinking about sick shit.
Oh my god. Oh, that's right. D&D Club, one of our sponsors. D&D for kids.
Jesus.
Well, not one of our sponsors, one of our partnerships. But this is late at night, and we don't actually stream on his Twitch, so it's okay.
Look, kids.
No. Do not give children any advice from
We're about
Vince.
to get graphic.
Just
Kids,
ignore
let me tell you how it is. If you getting down there for the first time and it looks.
That was the move. There you go. That is a dungeon master exercising his power and using it.
Look, and if it's staring at
no.
Wait, but I'm interested now. I need to know.
And
What
you
if
can
it
go
look back
down.
at you? What if it looks back?
You show no fear. Matter of fact, you do what Callista hates and you spit on it. And then you grab it.
Okay, it's actually like snot is the thing that I hate. It's
Oh
totally
god,
snot.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Oh,
blow
no,
your boogers
I
on
have
it,
a
dude.
toddler,
You should.
I have a
Depends on how
toddler,
wet your mucus
and-
is. It can be
and I'm
perfect
like,
as lube.
no.
You
I have a
should see the
toddler.
look on Callista's
Gross.
face when she changes a
Any-
poopy diaper now.
Anytime it's poop and snot. Those are my no-nos. And
It's not
I have
all
a
a baby
toddler.
produces is poop and
Yes,
sauce.
Pretty much.
yes. And I had a spawn.
Do you have that
and-
little bulb thing that sucks out the pieces?
Yes, and I hand it to Jason, and I say, "Do his nose," because
My
I
mom
can't.
loves kids so much that she
can't.
like she'll
See, this
suck it out with
conversation
her
just
mouth.
gotta follow. This conversation just gotta follow right now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's
I'm
You're
sorry.
welcome.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I gotta update my follow.
All right, so
All right, so they obviously wanted me to finish out my tips, all right?
No.
Grab it with
You
a
need
firm
to-
hand. You look it in the eye and you say,
What do you say? What do you say?
you say,
So close.
no, that's what they say. They say I'm so close.
You say, my name is
Nothing.
Inigo Montoya.
Kill
Killed
me.
my
My
father.
father.
Prepare to die.
Okay.
Oh my
and
god!
if you're
it's
wondering why some people have butt chins, it's a ball rest.
Oh, by the way, after game tonight, who's gonna go watch the latest drop of Last of Us?
We already watched it. It dropped at 6.
I know,
Where?
but I've been working all day. This is my third game today.
I
watched
haven't
that
watched
6
the
so I
first
played
You want to
one.
watch that tonight?
Of
Hell
course
yeah.
I do. I can't
We're
wait
gonna
till
get
tomorrow.
spoiled
Oh my
otherwise.
god!
It was
I'm
such
just
a
gonna
good
do-
episode.
I'm just gonna do a
You-
line
you-
of cocaine and stay up for 3 days.
It was a great
Mm.
episode, honestly.
Don't.
Uh,
No
a
A
spoilers.
single line of cocaine does not
No
keep you awake
spoiler.
for 3 days. So I've heard.
Okay.
I still
Okay,
need to
let's
watch.
just-
Yeah, but have you
First one.
boofed it though? Have you
Let's
taken it rectally?
Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
mean-
this is
you
how you
mean
know we
from
don't
a
actually do
rectum?
drugs.
Because we remember
I-
things.
I saw that scene
Oh my
in
God.
Wolf of Wall Street where he does the cocaine from the girl's booty, but
I never saw The Wolf of Wall Street.
She
I'm
wasn't
glad.
boofing
I'm
it.
glad.
He was
It's gross.
snorfing it.
I
He was
don't
just
know.
taking a line of schneef.
Sheafing.
And that was Wolf of Wall Street. That was with Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
Da Vinci.
Yeah.
Anyways, should we get on these griffins and go find?
All right, lunch meat, let's go.
Lunch
What?
meat?
Oh, you guys are leaving now then, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
better
Unless we have
now
something else.
than
No,
tomorrow.
I think sooner the better. I mean, it's gonna take some
Okay.
time to find that Archfey.
I mean, I've already got all my stuff. Did you guys need to get your stuff? I'm already kitted, ready to
I don't
go.
really have much stuff.
I keep everything in this bag.
When you say get our stuff, like our
I'd-
personal
I'd
possessions, or
Love
do
get
we
more
need to
stuff.
bring anything as like as Omni's flipping through the manual for like Fey conduct and a gift is recommended to any Archfey that you may
Have you
come
not
across.
procured your gift? We've known about beating the patron for weeks now.
Do I have to get a gift? What should I
Yes.
Is
You
that's what
already
I'm
have
asking.
a
Is
gift.
Is it a communal
get? I'm
gift
bringing
or
my
is
cat.
it
Oh no.
Then I suggest renaming your cat, because if your cat's name is Gift, guess what? It's going to be assumed your cat
Hey.
is the gift.
While we're there, her name is Kitty Kitty.
Oh well, now
Are you
you're
talking
going
about
into our
Jade Gift?
personal lives.
Well, do you know how some people's birthdays fall close to Winter's Crest, and you try to cheat them out of 2 presents by giving them 1? Yeah, no, it's not a communal gift. Archfays hate that. It's actually in subsection B, paragraph 3, sentence 2. Yeah, right,
Huh.
right there. No, in the back. No,
Rotate
Yeah,
it
yeah, right
90
there.
degrees.
right there. Yep. That little scribble in the margin there.
Yeah, our world's truly fucked if this is what we gotta look forward to. Anyways, look, good luck, son. I'll do my best to keep the home fires burning. See if we can't learn more info. If I hear anything, I'll send a message Pixie out to find you.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. knocks back another martini. Love the flavor. Don't get drunk. Fucking great. And just kind of.
How do you make the ingredients for that?
I have no
Just
idea
like that.
who that person is.
I'm gonna try it and make a margarita. I mean, no. Yeah, I want to make a margarita,
Yeah,
not a martini.
it's like a glass and it fills up.
Huh.
How do you hold it? You grasp it firmly. And if it tries to wiggle out of your grasp, you grip it.
He's talking about alcohol, guys.
So with that, the
Kazarn is like
saddled
looking
griffins
forlornly
are
at the
waiting
margarita
for-
as he's got like his own drinking
I'll
mug,
hand him
and
the
he just
margarita.
like
I'll hand
Just
Gatharn the
water.
margarita here. Yeah,
it
margarita.
turns into water.
As soon as
What
he
if I
touches it,
try
turns into-
and pour it in his mouth?
Turns into water.
turns into water?
I take a swig and I spit it in your mouth.
Turns into water.
And spit.
That dog did not like that threat.
No.
I don't know what she's growling at because, well, I can't hear anything with my headphones on.
Jason,
that-
would anybody here recognize the black market currency that we have that nobody knows anything about?
I would say you visited the Silver Forge, the
Mhm.
Fey markets, and
The bank.
yeah, you talked to Flutter about it. No one here seems to recognize it. At least no one from this part of the Fey. The Fey is a pretty sizable place. There are other courts. There are actually 4 other courts. The Concordia Court is what you would call the binding court, the one that hands out the different crowns to those that step up into their purpose. And the courts are divided into the seasons that are anchored to the material play. So there's the winter court, there's the spring, summer, and fall courts. All of them channel the emotions of the material plane during their reign of power. And that is when the Concordia Court kind of like, oh, wow, thanks, Swamp Thing. Or wait, who did that? Oh, BDN 609. Thank you for the gifts. I
No.
really appreciate
No.
that.
That was Vince.
Oh, that was Vince? Oh, I was doing the
say
thank
it
you,
at
the
the top.
follow.
that
Gotcha.
was Vince.
Thanks, Vince. Appreciate it.
All right, so
Um,
you grab. Maybe I can
go-
Grab it firmly.
So as
What do you
the
say?
So as the material
What did you like
plane
to
goes
know?
through its seasonal change throughout the different worlds, the Fey courts rise and fall according to the emotional power that they draw for the material plane. Right now, the Concordia Court has put the Winter Court in charge, and the Winter Court dwells up in the icy regions known as the Ice Shade. And that's quite a distance from here, but it is at the halfway point on your partial journey to the Rift, to the Farid Rift.
How do you spell that?
The Farid Rift,
Yeah.
Farred, and then the word Rift, 2 words.
FARRED or ID? ID?
ED.
ED.
Erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
What
The
happens
ice
is
I was
grab
hearing it. I was hearing it with a TH. So
The Ice Shale
Okay.
is where the Winter Court currently resides, and it is the current court that is holding power here in the Fae. And they will hold power for at least the foreseeable time until the Spring Court ascends and takes over. But the other courts don't remain inactive. They just aren't in, they're not in the height of their power. They are transcendent, out of power until their rise comes up again.
all right.
Omni would pull Gatharn aside and show him the stone from the blacksmith ceiling. And do you have any idea, would this be a suitable gift?
What's it look like?
I think you described it as like a bluish stone.
Yeah,
A
it's
jewel, a large, like fist-sized jewel that was embedded in the ceiling that we got out But I don't know if
Correct.
the color left when the magic was immune
right.
to
That's
it.
the one that we were thinking possibly freaking was.
I would
putting, like,
say
a
at the
magic
very
dampening field or
least,
something like that.
while you've been in the Fey, it's
Mhm.
been described as a focus stone or a stone of power.
Ooh, I want a stone of power.
It's just currently inert because it was, I believe it was, that was what you found in the ceiling when Medi had that encounter where you guys pretended that she was being kidnapped.
Yeah.
And that strange creature had come snooping around. Yes, so it's been described to you as a focus stone.
Do you think this might be something of value to the patron? Vash,
I don't know what they like.
No.
I'm not there, man. You pulled him aside.
Vince is shaking your head no.
You pulled Gathar aside. It's just you and Gathar chatting right now.
I recommend something of sentimental value.
Sentimental value.
Like your name.
I definitely wouldn't do that. That's
How
Vash.
do
But
you-
along those lines.
The camera follows him standing up.
Just curious if you.
We're not talking monetary value here.
No. When you say give someone your name, as like telling somebody could be like could be thought of as giving somebody your.
If any creature being here asks for your name, they're asking for your name. You will no longer be in possession of your name. That entails your memories that are affiliated with that name. It entails your identity affiliated with that name. And then they could gift you a new name in return.
Huh.
But when thinking of a gift for one of the Archfey, it's not something of material wealth that usually gets their fancy. A sacrifice. Something of sentiment. Material wealth, it means nothing. He can conjure it up in a moment's notice.
Do you think
you have no attachment to that stone?
Do you think a memory would work?
Possibly. Depends on the memory. I've been sober for too goddamn long.
Okay. I think I have
a talent, something along those lines.
Okay.
Is Jason stuck?
No.
Oh no, he's just. Oh
no, I was just looking at something really quick.
Well,
crap. What can I give him? Why do
Your
I have
cat.
to give him something? I'm not giving them my cat.
You've already gave it the perfect name. Gift.
Well, no. She's my gift. Not my gift to someone.
So yeah, you might want to relay that to everyone else.
Good idea. Thank you, by the way. This is I
don't
honestly,
like being sober.
You're way more familiar and comfortable with this realm.
No, I'm not.
In regards, you have a lot more knowledge in this, in how to approach this than we do. So, I think you should kind of definitely lead and take point on this. And
that's a bad idea.
I mean, Shore's not there to offer advice. They've already left in anticipation that you guys are going to set off on the Griffins.
Do you think Shore would want to come with us?
That's an even worse idea.
Okay. I'm just checking. I don't know really. Okay. What if you want us to continue to lead? Omni's very uncomfortable, even still, like after being here for a while, and just like being the.
Do you
fates.
remember my interactions with people in power and how that usually turns out?
This is also when you were on copious amounts of drugs the entire time.
But you are technically sober in the Fey right now. So
Yeah,
you
but I'm
are
still-
a little bit more stable.
Yeah, but I'm still not as charismatic.
Charismatic has nothing to do with competency.
Yeah, true.
And this is
I
kind of
don't know
a
if
more
I'd call him
personal
stable.
situation.
Like Defiance over there petting her cat and keeps side-eyeing Gatharn. Not giving away my cat.
So
I don't think
Yeah.
I'd call him stable.
Omni would relay all the information as far as the types of gifts and how personal and not telling the Archfey or anybody their names and all of the warnings that Gatharn told him.
Okay.
So if someone asks you your name, do you just not tell them your name, or do you just say?
Well, I think it's if they
You
ask
can
for
adopt a
your name.
pseudonym.
So like say,
I
can
think
I
if they
have
ask
your
what
name?
is your name, I think is okay because it's a question. But it's can I get your name? I think
Or can
Are we
I
gonna
have
trust
your
this
name?
guy on this? Are we gonna trust this guy?
Everyone is pointing a wrong direction. There you go, everyone. There you go. Like a side, you're cheating. She's cheating.
Can we trust this guy?
I don't know. I wasn't really gonna think about it yet. I was just gonna, feel my way through the gift processing. I feel like if you think about it too much, it ends up at a bad gift.
Are you gonna give him your favorite tail feather?
I don't have a favorite tail feather, man. They're all equally useful.
So you're gonna give them all your tail feathers?
No, I haven't thought about it yet.
But Bird Brain's right. It's
Word.
all in the wording.
Specific
Like I
wording
said,
has very strong
This
power.
is the realm of lawyers.
All right. Let's set off then, unless anybody else has anything they want to do.
Oh, I'm not doing that shit again.
Light shifts. Comes
It's
back.
been getting progressively like darker during those moments.
It gets
Passing through.
dark and then normal again. Something is either left or come in.
Creepy.
Are there telltale signs since I would have taken detailed notes every time this guy
Yeah, give me
would
an
have
Arcana check as you begin to kind of like look at that reaction to the skyline of the Fey. You're just none of your history.
10.
Yeah, none of your notes or anything that you've taken in the past. This is incredibly unusual. There's no written works that describe things this way.
I just make a note of it.
Now there's written works that describe it that way.
Get on a griffin.
Griffins are saddled. Each one is left empty for Grimold, as when he is done scouting the Cloven Caves,
He can follow us.
he can
Whoever
eventually-
who's ever mounted next to Vash noticed that he starts just like how you would a horse, just whisper like softly to it, petting its head.
give me
trying to
animal
calm it.
handling when you do that.
Oh, 19.
19. It calms the nervousness. Like the griffin could tell you haven't been on a griffin before, and it could feel your nervousness.
I
But as
trust
soon
you.
as you
You know what
soothe
you're
it,
doing. Don't
ruffles
imagine.
its
I'm not even here.
wings. It
Oh,
leaps
no.
off the veranda, takes
Oh,
off up into the
sweet.
air. You feel your stomach like hit the back of your spine. It pivots left, then right, and then
But why?
corkscrews back at a bank so that you can look down at the others on the verandas as one by one each griffin lifts off the veranda and into the pink and yellow skyline. All 6 of them just kind of flying in kind of a formation within each other, and the blue and yellow clouds.
Question: is Ergo on a griffin?
Yeah, they're fast. They fly faster than me. I can't
Yeah.
keep up.
Cool. Okay, just checking.
What's
So,
your fly
other
speed?
Like feeling
Wait,
his feathers and just
Ergo,
like,
what's your fly speed?
50.
50? What's the griffin's fly speed?
80.
These one,
Like 80,
well, these
yeah.
ones in the Fey, their fly speed is 240.
Nice.
Wait,
They are a lot
wait,
faster than
dashing or
Yeah,
just
rockets,
per
baby!
movement?
Yeah, like as you get up to a point and you hit that apex of an arc of like the velocity that they're traveling at, you get the feeling that they operate on a different level than thermals of the material plane. They're magical creatures. They absorb the magic of this place, and that gives them the ability to really kind of alter their reality here. And they can travel up to 3 times their normal speed
Nice.
under normal circumstances. So you guys are traveling at a pretty fair clip, but the land below you is laid out in like just shades of color, plumage, strange creatures moving in and about out of the surrounding space. You watch as these huge blue massive creatures come into existence just for a brief moment and then leave out of existence. A Pegasus swings by, kind of like circles around you as you're traveling. You watch as a Chimera takes a moment to like hover above you, its scorpion tail kind of twitching, and then flies off in a different direction. It's just color and movement and color and movement, but there's no sense of distance or direction. There's no sense of shifting, as once again, twilight here is permanent. Shades of light normalize for you. And currently, with the wind in your ears and the feeling of speed, looking back to see the arcane trail that's being left behind, you guys are currently traveling in what appears to be in the direction of a massive crystalline mountain structure. And off in the distance, it arcs up and down and spread out in many different ways. And you could see the exhaust of sparkles like coming up and then spraying off into different directions. You could see where arcane gates open briefly, creatures come in, and then they leave. You watch as crackling arcane pink light just strikes across the skyline, just shredding colors out and in of existence. You watch as an entire citadel arrives and gently floats down to the grounds below. And there's a settlement of like yellow dust as it settles down into a valley made of glass shards and like pink structures that just kind of spin off in different directions. And this is what you're seeing for the course of the next few hours as you travel closer and closer to this arcane tear out there in front of you. And the rift can be seen now. You can see these great shattering echoes of light that go off in different directions. You watch as entire islands come into existence and then arc and plummet to the ground, making entire new valleys, new structures down below. And that's when all 5 of you look down below into the valley, into the beginnings of the Ferret. And you could see these huge machines coursing over the ground. Great siege towers, many miles tall, with great plumes of exhaust billowing out from behind them as they run full force into an invisible barrier. And they shatter into thousands of colorful shards. And then the griffins swoop back. And now they're circling.
Real quick.
Yep.
When I was doing my rummaging raiding, I would have left my finger bone with the note just in case in my mother's room.
Okay, fair enough.
And now when I'm seeing all the stuff going on below, I whip out my spyglass and I'm trying to look for a banner or anything like that of who the attacking force is.
Okay. You guys could see this great translucent barrier running north and south up along the rifted border of the Ferret. The griffins can't go any farther. Every time they get near it, they kind of careen away from it. It's almost got like a gel surface to it, warping distorting your vision, watching as colors fade and explode on the other side. Looking up, it seems to go on in infinite space above you. And it seems to crash down into the ground just as you watch another war machine crash into the barrier, shattering into 1,000 shards of color and light.
What's the landscape look below us?
It is...
Is it mountainous? Is it a valley?
It's a valley. The Farid borderland is this colorful valley of, well, it's the colorful valley of the Tangine. There is a sylvan city that's located on the Farid border called the Tangine. It's believed that these sylvan that occupy this city are refugees from many different planes of existence, and they've occupied this area with the intent of kind of finding a bit of calm and quiet from their astral travels. They are experts at crafting war machines of all various sizes and purposes. And you get the feeling that might be what's being used against the Great Barrier that's crashed down into the valley. But off to your right, down in the distance, amongst the collision of glass structures arcing around and forming, you can see the city of Tangine. Its many spires. More importantly, its capital citadel floating above the city and just kind of oscillating there. And every now and then, a great burst of arcane color comes out of the citadel and crashes into the barrier, rippling along the barrier. And then barely noticeable is the twilight shift. Once again, the dark light. And then the barrier crawls a few feet forward. And where it crawls forward, you watch as it consumes the landscape that it touches. A half dozen siege towers with their monstrous arcane engines begin to plunge towards the barrier from below. The floating citadel shifts slightly, and more arcs of light crashing into the barrier. And as it does, the barrier once again, the twilight shifts and cascades, arcing pink light in different directions.
Can we somewhat see what's beyond the barrier?
Just yourselves.
So it's kind of a reflective surface?
Kind of, except it's opposite. When you go right, your reflection goes left.
Because that's not creepy. I mean, I'm pointing at Ches.
Take your shirt off.
Does that mean put my shirt on? I'm trying to poke Ches.
I'm trying to see Chez's stuff.
So, I was gonna say, when we're viewing this, does it look like the attacks and the force that it's absorbing is causing it to move further out and consume the landscape? Does like the flashing with twilight and the attacks, are they coinciding timing wise?
Give me a perception or investigation, your choice.
Yay, first roll.
And then I suspect either Arcana or History. I'm suspecting that if what we're seeing is reflected opposite.
I give it an Arcana check, see if there's anything magical about it.
If we're looking into the Shadowfell.
I'll help you out, Gatharn. Can I help?
Yeah, give him the help action. Since you've got a lot of history about the Fae and your own personal understanding of it through your research.
21 perception.
Okay.
Ooh. 21 for Arcana, I think.
Okay.
+2? Yeah, 21.
Between the two of you sharing thoughts on this, there's definitely a connection. The shifting of the barrier has more to do with the coinciding of the twilight shift. As the energy arcs away, the shifting barrier and its opposite reflection seems to consume things and turn it into the reflective nature of the barrier as it moves just a few feet every 10, 15 minutes. Gauging the distance between the barrier and the great city of Tangine down below and the floating citadel, maybe in 2-3 days' time, the barrier will probably consume up to that point. It's a vast amount of space it's got to cover.
And would we need to get past the barrier in order to continue to the rift?
Somewhere the rift's on the other side of this barrier. Makes you wonder its condition. The Ferret Rift is a collision of many different planes of existence. It's considered the edge of the Fey. And its stability has always been kind of a challenge of the Archfey. Many different Archfey have tried and either succeeded or failed, depending on those that are in charge. Some grow so disinterested and bored, they wander away to go play with other things. And then eventually another Archfey comes along to stabilize the rift.
Do you think the rift did this, guys? Do you think this is the rift?
Summoner's Rift. League of Legends.
I'm not familiar with any league. Are they here in the Fey Wild?
Sponsored by Riot Games.
Do you guys think that we need to go down to
into the war zone?
Well,
Yeah, but
the city that is going to be it's going to reach within 2 days. That's not where we were just coming from. That's like, this is somewhere out.
Yeah, I mean, you've traveled so quickly and so far. Yeah. The Pearl Tree is many 100 miles behind you.
Okay,
or
so
100 feet, depending on your perspective.
Do you
travel in the Fey is wonky?
Does everyone think that it would be good to go down and at least let them know that what we've seen, what we've witnessed, and give them warning that if they continue doing, like, I don't know.
Is the barrier the bad guy?
Or is the war machines the bad guy?
The barrier is the bad guy. You should go fight it, Ergo.
I mean, I could probably give it a shot.
We're gonna fireball.
Please tell me your character has that same stoned look.
Yeah, most of the time. He doesn't have eyelids, but boy, does he look like his glazed over.
Wow.
Give it a shot.
Birds have eyelids.
Don't give it a shot.
You just don't see them until they blink.
Don't fear. Give it a shot.
Nick is actually Googling it.
Have you never seen a bird sleep?
Birds have eyelids.
Yeah.
Why are none of these seagulls? There it is. Oh my god, they do. Then yeah, hell yeah, I do got. Oh my god, birds totally look stoned.
They're like low-lidded.
Yeah.
They're just like looking through slits and yeah.
Bruh, how did they keep their eyes from going dry? If they didn't have eyelids. What was the mechanism?
Nick,
how did they sleep?
Nick is basically thought that birds for their entire life.
Every time I'm around a bird, its eyes are always open. That's so weird.
I've never seen a bird blink. I don't look at them long enough to wait for them to blink. But
you're not
see,
trying
Nick
to
is part of the small group of people who thinks birds aren't real. They're robots manned by the government.
In the 80s, I'm not stupid. I know.
They're all drones. They're spy drones.
Pigeons aren't real. Seagulls get a pass.
That's why they explode if you give them Alka-Seltzer. Which, FYI, if you live in the state of Oregon, don't do that. It's a state bird and it's a crime.
Seagulls are a state bird in Oregon?
I'm pretty sure anywhere you do that, it's considered a crime now because it's federal offense to do animal cruelty. So, yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Unless it's an accident.
So do we go down to the city? Because we can't fly over the thing. Everything is opposite.
So yeah, we need to find a way through the barrier to begin with.
If we want to go towards the city, we must fly up, right?
Okay, but all of those war machines are going and they're like splintering in the barrier. Are we going to be able to like go
But they're
through
trying
the
to go
barrier?
through it by going straight towards it.
So what, you want to like...
I nudge my griffin back
away from it
while staring at the barrier. And in my mind, I want to be going towards the barrier.
Okay.
That's the same thought
I'm
Gatharn
not
has.
doing anything yet.
Gatharn is of a like mind with Vash. We basically reel our griffins to point away from the barrier and have them like basically fly backwards while thinking we're going forwards.
You could give me start off with persuasion for your 2 griffins for starters, as you guys
Ooh, not
experiment
good.
with this.
11.
But mine's worse. I gotta deduct points.
Both
on,
of you
bud.
can give me animal handling with disadvantage, please.
But I rolled a natural 20 for my persuasion, so that's 19.
8.
Yeah, 19 for my persuasion.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So
I actually rolled a natural 20 on that bitch.
you get advantage on your animal handling. Vash, you get disadvantage on your animal handling.
I got an
As the
8
two
on
of
my
you
animal handling.
Try to get the griffins to back up
Whoa,
into the
whoa.
reflective surface of the barrier.
Come on, buddy.
Let's do this
look.
lunch meat.
So you're going into the barrier.
Oh,
Griffin asked
sweet. Yeah, I got a dirty 20 because I rolled
Okay.
19.
Vash,
I'm going nowhere. I might be bucked off. I got an 8.
an 8. Go ahead and give me a strength save, please.
Seriously, Vince, you had to have
Oh,
learned.
nat 20.
Don't give him ideas.
It's the worst I could do. Roll another character.
He's like, I
Very
got
true.
15 ready to go.
Very true. Okay, my bad. Go on.
Nat 20 on my strength save.
Yeah, it tries to kick you off. It's really hard.
Oh,
It doesn't want to get near that reflective surface. But you
Okay.
watch as Catharn is able to steer in reverse, causing the griffin to kind of float backwards, and then he's
It's
gone.
moonwalking.
The barrier just kind of ripples with his impact, and you guys no longer see Catharn or his reflection.
I was like, did you see that? That could have been us. No.
Did he just die?
Did we see
Look.
him turn into feathers or flowers or butterflies?
No, there was just this strange warping of the barrier, and he was gone.
Look.
Okay, and
Let's
when
try
the
this
war
one more
machines
time.
were hitting it, when
What's
the war
that?
machines were hitting it, they were like splintering or turning into jewels or something.
They were just turning into glass, colorful
Glass shards.
shards
Okay.
after striking the barrier.
All right. So it's definitely not the same thing that's happening to them. All right.
I think
let's try this.
I think
I
one of us should at least try and fly up or down to get to the people that are attacking the war machines that are attacking and relay the idea and
If
tell them at least not
That's
to
a great idea. You should do it. And I try to urge
Wait,
my.
you
Griffin.
wanna
I
try-
got handling, Vash.
I got
Omni,
nothing.
If
Omni, you
Catharn-
want to get in the middle of a war in the Fey Wild?
not in the
I rolled
middle,
with disadvantage again.
like
You-
to
you-
the city.
What?
You're gonna go
You roll
tell
with
them about.
disadvantage. Well, you
it.
can give me another persuasion if you
Okay.
want. Let's see if
I'll
that improves
try.
your animal handling.
15.
15. You managed to convince it to listen. What'd you get for your animal handling?
14 if just a straight roll.
It's a struggle, but it like saw what happened to the other griffin, and there's a bit of intrigue, and you guys watch as Vash disappears as well, sucked into the barrier in reverse.
If
So-
Catharn successfully made it to the other side, he's gonna.
Now they're gone.
Yep, now they're gone.
Oh,
Omni, if we do go down there and you try and tell them, stuff that they're not smart enough to figure out on their own, that is getting in the middle of their war.
I'm just thinking about trying to save lives. If we
mean-
know a way to potentially get them to not just continually run straight into a barrier that's destroying them all.
Yeah, but we could do that and they could kill more. I mean, you don't know what's on the other side of the barrier.
Nope. But we know what happens when they run face first into it.
They get turned into glass. That's assuming there's anything in the war machines.
Oh god, I just saw Discord.
Oh shit, what's on Discord?
Vince is trying to communicate through.
Gotcha.
oh, yep.
As well as asking for abs. Yes.
Yeah, of
I
course,
mean,
always.
still.
I I don't know. I mean, they have to have been doing this for a while. But what's the while here?
His eyes and imagine himself on the other side of the barrier.
Say that again.
Ergo's just gonna close his eyes and imagine himself on the other side of the barrier.
Nothing
it's
happens.
Really hard.
Yeah, you feel this resonance of resistance when you try to do that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
What if we go to the other side of the barrier and we can stop whatever it is that's making the barrier, expand?
It's in the barrier, right? The citadel is inside the barrier.
The rift.
Oh, the rift.
The
citadel is
down below, above the city of Tangine, participating in this what appears to be desperate means of trying to stop the barrier of moving forward. But it seems like either the shifting of the twilight or their interaction with the barrier, there seems to be some kind of synchronicity about it. Just there's something it's all tied together.
The more things that are apparently coming or into or exiting the realm is expanding the barrier further and further.
Okay, so it's not the war machines hitting it that's expanding the barrier. It's something else coming into the barrier that's expanding the barrier?
Possibly on the other side.
Through the rift, most likely.
Maybe.
All right,
two people that would know that now are on the other side.
What
Yes.
are we doing?
We're gonna
fly back.
We're doing what they did.
We're gonna back that ass up.
All right.
All right. Give me persuasion checks for starters. For starters.
All three together.
Check. Yeah, all three together.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks.
21. Persuasion. Come on, Big Bud. They are perfectly fine. We just got to do what they did.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Give me animal handling with advantage. Defiant, what'd you get?
16.
Give me animal handling. Ergo, what'd you get?
Persuasion. Oh, I got
I went with persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah. Well, persuasion is the first roll.
Correct.
Oh.
Okay, I got a 19 because I rolled
So
a 16.
you get advantage on animal handling as well, Defiant. Ergo, what'd you get for persuasion?
Persuasion, I got 21.
Okay, you get advantage on animal handling as well.
Come on. Roll high, roll high, roll high.
That's okay. I got a 17 and an 18.
I got an 11.
Animal handling, 16.
16.
But in seeing that DJ is having a little bit of difficulty, Omni would kind of hold back on the reins and not go through just yet, and kind of coach
I got
DJ in just a little bit of like how, kind of like when you're trying to get a horse to go backwards, like it takes different type of rein technique. Would want to coach DJ through helping.
All right, that's good enough for the help action. You can try one more roll there, Defiant. See if you can get this Griffin to back up.
That's better. I got 21.
All right. So eventually, taking your P's and Q's from Omni, Ergo's gone. And then simultaneously, you and Omni back up in to the barrier. All 5 of you are back together again.
Like I was saying, Lord Gatharn, the concept of giving a good head is in how eager you are. Our
He was trying to think how he was going to say that one.
The only thing that blows me is the wind, my friend.
So Gatharn, you know,
I met that dude. They were in the tavern before I got kicked out.
So Gatharn and Dash, the others have arrived. And in this space, it's the polar opposite of color. Everything is a gray drab. Everything is a common color and shade of gray, and there is absolutely no sense of light, life, color, crystalline structures. The only thing you could see off in the distance is this great disembodied black obsidian rock just kind of hovering there and oscillating over this expanding void in the ground, just gradually opening, and then a pulse of shadow light comes out of it, comes careening towards you in this like ring of like arcane shadow energy coming in this huge mountainous wave towards you. And you look behind you to see that the barrier is right behind you. It's arcing, expanding, and arcing, getting closer. You can feel the gray, dull coldness of it getting closer. The griffins begin to rear up in pain and panic and concern. And that's where we're going to finish tonight, folks. We will be back here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Wow.
We got a bit of a break.
Yay!
Always leave them coming back. I love the Fey. I have
Always
so
leave
much
them
fun
coming.
in the Fey.
Fey is
Always
great.
leave them coming.
I just want to stop. I'm running out of fluids.
Well, I know it's late everywhere but here, folks. So we thank you all for coming out. We'll be back here in 2 weeks. We are on a week-long break next week to go to an event. And
We're going camping. We're going
we are
camping.
going camping. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Stay kind. Be safe. Play a game. It's good for your health.
Leave them coming.
Yeah.
Leave them coming.